one
I'm
or
actually looking at that because it's not.
Matt, I like your transition. Matthew.
I can't believe you even saw that. I thought it was so smooth.
Yeah.
No, I
Almost
got
seamless. It was like fucking Birdman.
I'm actually thinking, Matt, that we just have this modify just like the previous one, except that the type would be size, because that's really the nuts and bolts of what this does for you.
Okay.
And we can know the other things as well. Like I will, you and I will remember, the you take a -1 on attack rolls.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Like the nuts and bolts of what this is that it gives you the size bonus.
Cool.
And size penalty.
Then let me just go to PFSRD and figure out exactly what the numbers are.
Right. We good.
He's learning.
He's learning. The voices get a lot sillier than that. It's just a shame that you missed the goblin section.
Well, all of it is available on YouTube if he wants to check it out.
Oh, good Lord.
I have heard that, actually.
You started one of those recordings. I was checking up on it. You started one of those recordings. We were like deep in like a discussion about like sex and shit. I don't know where or how we got onto that topic exactly, but I was like, man, Chris, you need to start your videos later. Like you need to start recording, or tell us when you've begun.
I like that you
better yet,
think
tell
that
us when you're
knowing that we're
about
being
to
recorded
begin.
is going to stop us.
It wouldn't really. It just gave me a bit
Well,
of
certain
pause
members
for a
of the
second,
party.
because I was like, well, my cousin's joining the game, but I don't think that's really going to change much.
All right, yeah,
imagine.
Matthew, you can't be a prude here. If you are,
Don't be a prude, dude.
yeah,
I think you're safe, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Be rude, dude.
Yeah.
Well, don't be rude.
I wouldn't have invited Matt if I
I've
I
been
meant rude, like in the sense of like vulgar.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
imagine if you invited someone to this game and they were like, okay, guys, I need you to be way more PG than you've ever been before.
No.
We would all fucking rebel. We would
I
be like,
know.
fuck this game.
It wouldn't go well. I mean, Matt is a safe ad because he already knows how much of a degenerate I am. I think so.
Aww.
I would have already sent several nudes.
Yep.
I was wondering where those were
still.
coming from. Okay, Jesus, there's the numbers. God damn, that's hard to find. All right. Sorry, was that rude enough? Was that good?
That's
good.
Fine.
That is the tip
It's
of
a
the
good start.
iceberg.
I mean,
I feel like
Okay,
Tanner
cool.
started with punching babies.
Don't hurt your back there or anything. Just
yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get the
you gotta
recording
stretch
in
out your
time
tongue.
to get the Tanner punching babies bit.
The baby punching is on demand.
Yeah.
I am gonna have a baby soon, so it may need.
You are.
It may need some punching.
So you're
We'll
saying
see.
that
Oh my
you
God.
want to be involved in the study?
I'm interested.
You could be in the control group because Ryan's your friend or your relative. Excuse me.
Why not both? Why not both?
If it's not blind.
Say what?
I said this is a horribly designed experiment if he's in a control group and he knows it.
Yeah, I can't be blind.
You ruined it.
Well,
I mean, it's hard to be blinded about the baby punching, though.
Yeah.
And I will. There will be several
punch it in
beatings
the
to the
eye.
back of the head to induce memory loss. That's how that works, right?
Good Lord.
Aww.
And this is why we will never have a following on YouTube.
I think
No.
this is exactly why we should.
Yeah. This is why if we ever get a following on YouTube, it'll not be the one we want.
There's that.
It'll be a
But
burden.
there are, tons of degenerates on the internet. That's where they live, so I think it's perfect.
Matt, the more and more I look at your character, I'm starting to think that when
He's
you
very
have
Asian.
everything turned on, you might be able to solo a lot of this content. I think I may have made a terrible mistake.
No, this is good because I literally am not a combat character, so like it's
Yeah.
fine. It's
I can't just.
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Fine right now.
You will make up for the ability that I completely lack in combat, Matt.
He'll
Cool,
Unless
good.
you can't take a hit, because we do need a shield.
Well,
We have that slight problem that I keep
I
dying.
will
was
I
gonna
will
say,
take
what am
many
I to-
hits. I'm very easy to hit.
yeah.
I was gonna say
that's
we
the
have
problem.
we have 2 frontliners
enjoy it.
already, and now we're gonna have
Yeah.
3. We'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the important bit, I think.
All right, Ryan. Do I have to change all the shit about like my reach and stuff?
No,
This seems. I don't even.
we'll remember that, and this is
Okay,
like
good.
the whole point of doing this is basically we want to take anything that's going to alter your rolls,
Yeah.
like the ones that you make. For the ones that are made against you or for other crap, like we will remember that as we go. Like it'll be known. It does not need to be plugged in. You
Okay.
just want all this stuff that you've done, and this looks solid.
And do I need to change the damage for the second buff there because bigger size or something?
No, the reason we change the stats is so that it will actually, yeah. 'Cause
Right?
that changes your damage dice.
I'm saying.
Yeah, that changes your damage dice for your greatsword.
I would recommend having a separate attack roll for that
Yeah,
instead
so
of
it
a
probably
buff.
would be wise to do that. I don't know if there's a way to make the buff add attack roll, and it would be different for each type of attack.
Unlikely.
That would get really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably will want to make another attack.
Okay, I'll remove this then.
Yeah.
I mean,
No-
alternatively, though, again, like anytime you want, you can type /roll into chat. So anything you don't get covered by macros, you can just manually roll.
And
Man,
honestly, like
in a hot minute. Whew.
yeah, at a certain point when it comes to like the really circumstantial stuff, we'll just remember to like do that. Like that's how people do it in the pen and paper world. They just fucking remember to roll an extra dice.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah.
Well,
After
typically what
playing
you
this
do
game
is
a
you
Don't
lot-
be
have
surprised.
you have a paper that just says conditional modifiers, and then if you like, you just review that every so often to see if you've hit those conditions.
Yeah.
What's up, Smitty? Or not Smitty, sorry. Walker? You were saying
what?
something?
Oh yeah, once you play this game online, you never ever want to play it in person because, like, God, keeping track of everything.
It gets
Oh,
as you go up in level, it gets rougher and rougher. I still think we should play in person sometime
Just got a
I
good
know,
when we can
right?
ever convene, but
It'll
and that'll
just
be
be
cool.
low levels.
It will be a lot more calculation, like hand calculation to get stuff out. Either that or everybody's just gonna have like Roll20 up on an alternate like thing.
Everyone bring their laptop. Everyone have Roll20. Everyone use Roll20 to roll dice.
I mean, there's a
You
number
have
of
your
really nice
laptop, your
dice.
tablet, your phone.
There's a number of
your
really nice
little
dice
mini-
rollers that you
yeah.
can use. You don't need Roll20.
Yeah, but Roll20 already has like
But you can put all your sheet into
Stuff.
Roll20.
into it. Yeah, that's the whole
That's the
whole
point.
benefit. The only other thing we're going to want to tinker with, Matt, is the skills tab, because you're going to be rolling skills a lot in terms of other challenges that you come across that are not combat based.
Okay.
And you've
Well-
got your skill points already plugged in on YPCG, so it would just be a matter of like translating that into skills.
Okay.
All you need to know is perception, and you're golden.
Well, that's not true at all.
I know. I know.
There's other stuff that's also very important. But
You gotta listen to the barbarian. It knows what it's saying.
all right. Did you hear what you just said?
I know.
It's like one person you don't listen to. The barbarian is the equivalent of the drummer in the band, right? Like you don't let them handle the money, you don't let them do the litigation.
But you also need
that-
them because they absorb the punches.
They're required, but you don't let them handle those things.
All right, Ryan. I think I got the other attack sorted out there if you wanted to check it. But
Let's look here. Yeah, I believe that is. I believe that's good. Because when you tick that buff on, that will cover all the other things.
yeah,
And I think it's better to have it set up this way, where like the attack is sort of separate.
Yeah.
Because there might be other roles. Like if you're in that state and you go to do a climb check or something, that's a strength-based skill, so you'll get a big bonus from that.
makes sense.
Climb is strength, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
we don't want to have all of that existing within attack. And I think that does it. So skills will be the only other thing, but I wouldn't get like too bent out of shape about that walk.
I'm so upset already. God damn it.
Yeah. Is everybody else set? Are we good?
I'm
Uh,
not crafting
I'm
anything.
making popcorn so I can
Oh.
listen, but I won't be at my PC for just.
Okay.
I'm reviewing, but yes.
Is Zoo playing Overwatch?
sure am not.
Wow.
Hey, I logged off at 8:45
Wow.
or 3, so don't
Pretty
worry.
impressive.
I put you guys as
Proud of you.
priority.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yep, such a novel feeling. I kid.
Okay.
Dude, I hadn't played for 2 days, and then I wanted to play my game, and it had to load. And that, yeah,
You mean update?
update, yeah, it had to update, and it was very devastating. Because I was so excited. This is what it must feel like to be rewarded.
So we are all rusty, but I think that that we can kind of get started here.
Yeah, can we have like a brief story refresher? Because I
No.
fucking don't remember.
Nope.
Could we have a long story refresher? Because that would
Sure.
be even more helpful.
Yeah.
Can we have a deep story refresher?
You just wanted
if
to
you
say
add slow to
14th.
this, then I'm not giving
we
you.
have-
I'm
okay,
not, I'm
can
not
we-
giving it to you long, deep, and slow.
How
Can we
about
have-
breathy?
Can we have a hard story?
That doesn't make
refresher?
any sense.
Well, this has
Go
been
on.
fun. I think it's time to wrap up the campaign here.
Well,
God
Matt, it was
damn it.
nice knowing you.
Enjoyable, Matt. Congratulations.
Put-
You just finished.
Put all this
the
work into this.
So I'm starting a new game of Spliff If anybody wants to,
Cliff one.
you know, it's just everything. It's just Pathfinder, but it's all pod jokes.
I could hear Roll20 like creaking under the strain of loading this page right now.
Oh, no.
It's a 420 based system.
Okay.
No?
So,
Okay.
I got other stuff I'm trying out there. You know, I can't do it.
Can't do everything.
Oh shit.
Last time that you guys had arrived back in Sandpoint, you brought Nualia back on your horse and surrendered her to Sheriff Belor Hemlock. She was not cooperative, as one might guess, but now her and Tessuto are sharing cells in the Magnamar jail. You had left Bruthasmus, the greasy hobgoblin or bugbear?
Bugbear.
Bugbear.
The greasy bugbear in a cell back at Thistletop, which is a few hours ride away. You had also left a pair of goblin wives in adjoining cells. I think that you had surrendered the baby that you found
To the
Father
orphanage, right?
Xanthus. Oh yeah, to Father. Yeah. I think you gave it to Father Xanthus to give to the orphanage.
Yeah,
I seem
something
to
like
recall.
that.
Yeah. What else? You know that there are. You saw the sellsword guy and the wizard lady, Lyria Kenja and Orc Van Kaskerkin. They had stumbled off happily,
Except she was drugged.
except that she was drugged with a love potion that you guys had given to him, had bargained to him for
Oh,
his.
that's where
for
my
his
money
hell.
went.
Our slightly problematic solution to that problem.
Not slightly, I would say, but greater good, I suppose. The entire town of
Expedient.
Sandpoint was kind of potentially resting on Orc Ben Kaskerkin's broad shoulders. You had cleared out the top of Thistletop and the second floor, most of the second floor. I think that you had seen that there was like a cavern, but there was some sort of beast in there, and you guys didn't seem very interested in checking that out. You know that there's like a passage and some other deeper, really old elements of Thistletop that are yet unplumbed. But you guys were pretty rough, so you decided to bring Nualia back, surrender her, and rest and recuperate in the Rusty Dragon before you decide to head out again, or exactly what it is you'd like to do. So we will pick up from your rooms in the Rusty Dragon.
So we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it seemed like
Yep.
that's where you guys wanted.
What's
to
going
go.
on with my mouse?
I know at
Oh.
some point that I had used the piece of Blythe's ear in order to learn how to make my potions work on, or my extracts work on other characters.
And you made me drink it. You made me drink my own ear.
He didn't make you
tickled-
do
you tickled it.
I offered
anything.
it.
Right? It's
All
probably fairly
All in
refreshing.
the furtherance of science, I assure you.
So how do I get all the pictures of y'all off of the picture of the tavern?
You can so if you go to the tool gear thing, you can make the either icon smaller or just have the names appear.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I was like, you want to get rid of our icons? Green.
Yeah, I'm not understanding this, but
And so where it says like your name and then it has the picture, like mine's this picture
the
of me
portrait of
swimming.
the
users.
Mhm.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you can just do names only, or
Right.
I like names only personally.
and he likes
Mm-hmm.
he likes to. Oh, you put it on the bottom. I've done top before.
I like seeing everybody's picture.
Yeah, I don't care. Got 'em up
My
there.
screen does not have enough real estate for all of that.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway, don't
Cardi.
care.
Yeah.
Amiko, you will recall is still these guys aren't anymore. People
Isn't
are
she
setting off the fireworks.
Like recovered?
Amiko is has like a heavy limp. She's very clearly like still injured from her encounter several days ago with Tessuto. She's got a sling around her arm. She walks with like a pretty heavy limp, and she seems to pretty much be like managing the bar there with like a stool as like Bethana Corwin kind of scuttles around, taking care of the lion's share of the work here. And I think that that as you guys are arriving back here and maybe enjoying some curry spice salmon or some early winter drop mead, that's when you hear the door open, and you see Amiko's head rise, and her eyes just kind of light up as she sees a familiar face walk in. Where did I get rid? I deleted your token here.
This family's 50-50. I throw a bomb.
Okay. The door like tinkles along a bell that goes off every time it opens. And Amiko just looks up, and she fixing on this strange figure that you guys haven't seen yet. She goes, "You."
Lady Amiko, a pleasure. May I have
She
a
says-
word?
She says, "Yes, by all means. I was wondering when I would see you." And she kind of beckons you over. And she is definitely like walking with like a heavy limp. And she gestures toward one of the tables off to the side here, off to the north. And says, "Yes, come on." She says, "Bethana, could you bring us a couple of meads?" And you just hear Bethana Corwin from the back of the kitchen go, "Coming right up, coming right up." Amiko moves over to pair of tables in the back, and beckons toward you warmly.
Well, we all definitely make eyes at him as he walks by.
As
Who the hell is
Pathana
this dude?
walks up to the bar to get the meads, I like lean over the bar and ask Pathana, hey Pathana, who do you reckon that is?
You just see Bathana's like silver bob of hair just sort of like bobbing behind the counter. As she
she's a
wanders
halfling.
over, and now and then like you just see like a pair of hands rise with like two bottles, and they just like rise up and like set the bottles on top, and like without even looking, she just like grabs the necks of them and like flicks the tops off like expertly. And then you see the hands grab onto the side, and she just like pulls her head up over to like peer over the top, and she goes, over there. I believe that's Eugene. Do you not? Well, I suppose several of you are.
Bless you.
Thank you, dear. And she just kind of stares at Damon for a little while, and then clearly decides like this is not a conversation worth elaborating on. Yes, thank you, dear. Yes, Eugene, I believe, is some sort of servant or I think he was an assistant, perhaps. He came over with the kaijitsus when they came from across the sea, Minkai or wherever it was.
So
Have I heard
Cardi
of
and
this
I
person before?
probably would know who this is because we've been mixed
Yes.
up with
Well,
the kaijitsus.
You've been mixed up with them, but you guys haven't really been like, you haven't been working in their household.
Not
or
necessarily.
anything
We've
like
probably
that.
heard of this person.
But you probably have heard the name. But you may have been confused because people keep referring to you.
Yeah.
And it's grammatically
I was
weird.
gonna let that. You know.
Well, now
Yeah,
both of us know Minkayan, so now we
Yes.
understand. Like,
Yeah.
oh wait.
Oh,
you
yeah,
do?
right. I forgot.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
Oh, I don't think I learned. I don't think I learned.
I know
that one.
Minkayan because
Okay.
I learned it as one of my languages
Very
for
smart.
decoding that message that Tsuda wrote.
Yeah, you guys would know that Lanjiko Kaijitsu had kept some sort of manservant or tutor for Amiko when he was still in the. You guys will recall that when he burst into the bar here, one of the things that he seemed very concerned about with Amiko was the unseemliness of her owning a tavern, being an adventurer, and what he wanted for her was to take her proper place as being a more like dignified type of figure. But I don't know that that she has necessarily given you a particular rundown on Eugene.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will be right back.
Okay. So Amiko looks at you. God, I'm gonna start calling you like YJ or something, just so that I don't drive myself crazy. But she looks at you and says, how are you? It's been a while. With all the chaos going on lately, I was wondering what had become of you.
Well, aside from the episode of spending several weeks in the hospital after the imp attack, quite well. You
Yes.
seem as though your limp is recovering nicely.
It is, but that's not what's bothering me the most at the moment. I suppose I would say the physical discomfort is nothing compared to knowing that Tsudo is rotting away in that cell and don't know what will happen to him. I suppose that Sheriff Hemlock will have him transported to Magnamar for trial.
Quite so.
Yes.
I suppose your father would be happy. Never did take a liking to your brother.
She looks at you and she goes, "You don't know, do you?"
Know what?
Father, Tsudo, when he tricked me into going to the glassworks, he killed Father. Murdered him in cold blood, him and the goblins. He's been in league with this the Asimar girl, Nualia, and partially responsible for the raid on Sandpoint, all of it. If it weren't
You,
for
I was going to say you has a stunned expression on his face and clearly doesn't seem to know what to say exactly.
She pats your hand and she says, "It's been a whirlwind. I'm still getting the hang of everything. Coming to grips with the new position. With Tessuto in prison for father's murder. I suppose that now I'm responsible for the glassworks and the household and all the rest of it. But
Lady Amiko, are you saying Master Langico is dead?"
He is.
And you can see that Eugen is processing that information. And after a couple of seconds, he says, "Then I suppose you are my mistress. What would you have of me?"
She looks like alarmed, as if the thought had never occurred to her, and she goes, and she looks like she's about to launch into one sort of like tirade, and then she stops, and she goes, "Actually, I've had a thought." And she says, "Well, you'll remember that my adventuring days are over, and I've got so much to look to here. I've repaid these adventurers who saved my life as best I could, but as a matter of fact," she strokes her chin with her good arm, and she looks over at the group, and she particularly kind of like hesitates, looking at Damon, who is probably like eating his beer mug or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Probably really hard to see the rest of us.
I don't know.
I'm probably
Yeah, there's that,
over.
but like the ones of us that you can see, like when you turn to look at us, we all immediately do that thing where someone catches you looking at them.
Yeah.
We all like,
I think,
oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Just quickly
I think
shuffle back
Vanya was
over.
completely
Yeah.
preoccupied with alchemy, so she actually looks up when you all look away.
Well, important question: were
Mhm.
they speaking? Are you guys speaking in Mikayan to each other? Because like, I would assume that's the household tongue.
Actually, yes. Well, no, it's up to you to decide, Matt. I think Amiko wouldn't immediately do that unless that was something that that he had generally prompted. Yeah, this is the character choice, I think.
Yeah, no, I think we'd be speaking common.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are probably speaking common, and probably not going to great extents to lower your voice. She certainly doesn't seem to mind being relatively forthright. So she looks over at you see her like looking over at this like oddball group, this like half elf, this like giant half orc barbarian, this like purple bearded and haired like wizard, Vanya, who's like missing half her face, or has half of it like covered. Everybody in that group, yeah. And at this moment, everybody in the group is clearly sporting some serious like injury of some kind or another, either like a missing ear, some sort of previously garnered disfigurement, and she goes.
Eugen follows her gaze and looks over at the group and delicately raises one eyebrow.
Yeah. And she looks at you and she gives you kind of like a devilish smile, and she goes, "I'm not sure how much you're going to like this, but I know exactly what I need from you. You see those
Lady Miko, I have never known you to be so confident, and I am terrified of what you're about to say."
As well you should be. I owe a deep debt to this this intrepid Heroes of Sandpoint group of adventurers there. They are a bit of a rough sort, as you can probably tell. I can't think of any better use than you representing my interests and my gratitude as they continue to keep the town of Sandpoint safe. I think that your particular skill set would be an excellent compliment. And she's being like very flattering, like as you've always known her, being particularly like diplomatic or like eloquent has never been been to her taste. This is something that she does when she like wanted a favor from you when she was little or something like that. Like she wanted you to like let her quit her studies early to like go outside and play or something like that. Like it's being very flattering, but also seems to mean it. She's not like a liar.
Milady, I am ever your humble servant, but do you really think that that group would appreciate the skills of an etiquette teacher?
I don't think. I think that their appreciation of your skills, Eugene, is something that can only grow and flourish from here on out. And I can't think of anyone better to teach the subtle arts of diplomacy and etiquette to a group than you.
Am I mistaken, or is that fellow chewing his beer mug?
Yes, that's Damon there. I think he is missing a piece or two. Probably, but he's probably just recently concussed.
Well, he does seem like quite a formidable project.
Yes, I suppose if you wanted to start with him, you could. If it were up to me, I might start with, well, perhaps the dwarven wizard or perhaps the halfling. I think both of them might be a bit of an easier project, but if you'd like to tilt at the windmill first, by all means. And she says, she stands up and she goes, Damon, Cardi, Vanya, Blythe, Roymond, let me introduce you to someone. And she kind of, yeah, she just indicates, and Bathana, like looking over at you all, puts a new mug of beer in front of Damon and takes back the last one. And you just hear a huff of like disapproval from below the counter.
I walk over to the table.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Yes, Maker.
We're moving. Okay.
You don't have to.
Where are we going?
But it's up to you.
Royman succumbs to peer pressure.
Okay.
She's just following you guys.
I'm gonna sit and turn myself, so now my back is resting against the bar.
Okay. Amiko, still remaining seated, probably due to the discomfort of her injuries, gestures to you all, and she says, "Everyone, I'd like you to meet Eugene. He's been a real friend and comfort to me as I was growing up."
Bless you.
Father's... Okay.
How do you do?
You are Eugene, the house servant? I believe Ameko has spoken of you previously.
Not exactly a house servant. He was my etiquette instructor. My father did treat him a bit more like a house servant.
Master Longico had firm views on my role, which I don't necessarily agree with.
Sounds kind of kinky.
Well, sorry to hear about his passing, but you served the Amiko pretty well. She's spoken highly of you in the past.
Yeah. Amiko says, Father and I didn't always see eye to eye about, well, many things, but among them, his treatment of Eugene. He's been nothing but a kind servant, and well, now with Father gone, I think that if there's never been a better time for him to expand his horizons, so to speak. I was thinking. Go ahead if you had something.
I cannot say that I have ever succeeded in making the Lady Amiko quite the young lady that her father might have wished. But, and you can see that Eugene kind of like puffs up with a little bit of pride.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed a single stain on any of these bar glasses? Or ever received anything less than pristine service in this establishment? If I may take a small amount of credit, she has learned the fine art of hospitality to some degree from me.
I noticed approximately 23 stains as soon as I walked down. Oh
my God!
At me, but other than that,
I lean over to you and say, ignore Vanya. She's a little bit of a social awkward one, but
And much
I understand what
hard.
you're getting at. My Maiko's been nothing but a friend to me and Vanya since we moved here, and I know she's definitely served the town well here in this bar.
Well,
Oh,
She
I
makes
don't see
really
any
good
problem.
curry.
Yeah. Amiko says, yes, indeed. Eugen taught me, well, in fact, a lot of the diplomatic skills and things that made me successful and made the Rusty Dragon. And she just raises her voice. The most popular tavern in Sandpoint.
I raise my glass and cheer to that,
Yeah,
which just obviously trying to get that.
sure. Yeah,
There aren't
she
many people here. I feel like you could speak lower.
Well, it's 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 a little
It's like 10 in the morning or something.
yeah, it's a little early, I think. And Amiko says, considering it's 10 in the morning, I think this place is pretty packed for that. But in any case, you all did me an incredible service when you rescued me from the glassworks. What I think is that I would like to repay that debt by having Eugen represent my gratitude to you all. I think that he would be a very complimentary companion in your journeys. I know you dealt with Aldern Foxglove, I think that noble from Magnamar not long ago. As an etiquette instructor, Eugen would have a lot of complimentary skills for just such an interaction in the future.
Whoa! These are two big words.
If I may,
Yes.
Go-
Damon, Eugen talk good.
Ah,
Eugen, good partner.
yes.
okay.
Lady Amiko, you are well aware of what good grammar means about a person who's speaking. Talk good, and you can see a little bit like just some claws come out of Eugen's hands, like just
Amiko
about.
knows exactly what she's saying.
Just
Damon
like an
is the one that
inch.
needs help.
He just like scratches, like
Yeah.
you just hear with each misgrammaticism, Eugene just leaves like another claw scratch in the table.
Have you made a grammar Nazi? Is that what you have brought to our table?
Well,
Please.
thank you for the simplifying it.
Yeah.
So, are we all gonna have to wear men buns? I mean, it looks kind of cool. I think
mean,
my
I
hair is long
already-
enough to do it.
Buns aren't gendered.
I
in
mean,
any way.
is it typical for us to all adopt the hairstyle of new party members? Is that like a thing?
If so, I believe that all of you guys. Wow, I'm already adopting the English accent. I hate you.
My apologies.
Okay.
Anya's
that's the-
already wearing a bun. I will
If that's
say.
the case, then I think all of y'all need to get some purple hair. And I like wave my hair like
I
extravagantly.
can make
like,
this happen. I have a new version of the polypurpose panacea that may.
Vanya, you
produce
still
more
haven't cared it the
interesting
last time you gave me the purple hair. I would like my
Are
old
we
hair
looking
back.
forward to that?
If it helps, I'm quite comfortable maintaining separate hairstyles.
Yes, Amiko
Oh yeah, no, I
says
think that would be good. I thought maybe I missed a memo or a meeting or something.
What's a memo? What are we
Memorandum.
getting those?
It's short for memorandum.
Yeah,
That
see, I'm
works.
not the one asking questions. Did you notice?
If I may, Amiko,
Mhm.
given that we are experiencing some goblin problems, I'm not sure that the etiquette instructor will be of much use.
But
There's any
Tanya-
group that needs the instruction of etiquette and grammar more than goblins, I do not know who it may be.
Yes, they tend not to sit still for such edification, though.
Amiko just holds her hand up, like, you see, Eugen just made like the best argument there. She says, I have no doubt that you will find excellent use for Eugen in whatever circumstance they led you to. When I was an adventurer, it certainly behooved us to have someone who was good at winning people over from time to time. I know that you've got a few charmers in your group already, but it certainly can't hurt to have someone who's perhaps got a slightly lighter touch, especially when dealing with the aristocracy or anything of the like. I think it would be quite helpful.
When Mako
there's one
says charmers, I just kind of like flick my hair and just like say, it's the hair. It's definitely the hair.
It just like sparkles with like an anime like
Yeah.
just sort of happens.
Yes.
Apropos of nothing, yeah, it just kind of comes out.
Cardi looks up to you and says, well, Yujin, if you'd like to join the group, I think that, I mean, Amika's proposal seems kind and fair, but I mean, we saved her life not because we felt a debt to her, but because she's our friend. You understand that if you join us, the chances are you're going to be facing goblins and all sorts of other nasties.
Yeah, you could like die or like get maimed and
Are
stuff.
you okay with that? I don't want to put you in harm's way if you're not ready for it.
Also,
Sounds
anything
like-
that falls off of you, I get to keep.
Sounds like you'll just kill him with words.
Guys, we killed the goblin. There aren't any left. And she kind of is glancing back and forth, like
There are always more.
concerned.
From like down the street, you just hear like this echoing roar.
We
as,
beat goblins. You need food.
from the Goblin Squash stables, and you just hear him. You just hear the proprietor there just going, "I'm gonna cover every fucking wall with these ears." Like he's so fucking psyched. You guys brought in so many goblin ears.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Just
I
roaming
was
over
bringing up the danger of our journeys,
yes,
not
yeah,
so much
sorry.
the goblins
We got a
specifically.
little far
Oh,
from that.
and don't forget the part where the new guy has to buy everybody drinks.
Oh, certainly. That
Roll
would be.
bluff, roll
don't
bluff, and
recall
roll
this.
sense motive. Now we're in rolls.
Mhm.
We're doing it. If anybody can do it, it's gonna be Royman.
Wait, have we
No,
had the new
boy.
guy?
All right. Okay.
Yikes.
Okay, so Royman rolled an 8 for bluff.
I
This
don't know
is
why I
where,
rolled.
anybody who wants, I mean, you guys all know this is bullshit, I assume. But you, Jin,
I would
you
hope
would have
so.
to roll sense motive.
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Wow.
he rolled a
What's his
D20.
mod?
What's his modifier? His modifier to sense
It's
motive.
wisdom based, so
It's
Probably like
sense-
plus 20.
or actually it
Sense
might be
motive.
charisma based.
It looks like it's a +1. Total bonus is +1.
Yes.
Damn.
So, yeah, you. So
It would be.
you-
It would be the height of discourtesy not to buy around for my new friends.
Yes. Eugene, you just don't. This is just not like alcohol-based, or like adventurer party dynamics. You're like, I don't know, but then you're like, you know what? Actually, that sounds like a reasonable hazing ritual. So
Right.
you buy it, literally and figuratively.
Literally, yeah. Mhm.
Do I actually have to like take money out of something and
You just believe him. That just means you believe him. So you don't, as far as you actually having to like buy the beer, that's up to you. But you believe that like he's being earnest.
In fairness, so far
Yes.
Mako's giving us everything for free, and since you're
Yeah.
per
Yeah,
service,
well, I'm
he's
buying the
probably
beer
also going to provide
Yeah. Okay.
you beer for free
yeah.
as well.
Well, Amiko. Actually, let me get the right thing. Oh my god, she rolled a nat 2.
Whoops.
So she
Alright.
thinks it's true too.
Yeah. Why do your shitty bluffs always work?
Remember,
These are like-
remember
Dog
when
shit
we
for a
fucking
bluff?
pretended to
It
be
works.
goblins?
Amiko just looks up and she just goes. You see her thinking. She goes, "Oh, I suppose that's true, but let me be the one to kind of facilitate this." And Bathana, or she looks over to Bathana and she says, "Bathana, let's top everybody's drinks off to celebrate Eugene's welcome
Lady,
into the
with your permission, Lady Amiko, I must insist. I will pay for the round myself. I know how these things work, or at least I have heard stories from my family. As you may remember, I'm descended from the conquerors of Hongla in Tiansha, and I know something of military matters, and I believe this to be right and proper. Drinks must be shared by the party.
Amiko just sort of acquiesces.
Cardi
Life just
looks up to
gives you a
Eugene
thumb
and
up.
is like, wait, and says, in Minkayan. Are you Minkayan?
He says that
I
to
don't know what
Eugen.
that means.
Minkayan is the race of people, and I believe
Yeah,
What
it's the
did we
language
say
of
you
that
were?
area.
Yeah. I mean,
think
Kyan's
I
like,
can.
are you Asian? Which I think you were.
See,
Yeah.
See, correcto.
He's gone into Spanish.
I'm okay with the Asian language of
Yeah.
the Pathfinder universe being Spanish because I can speak Spanish. Me and Matt will just speak Spanish to each other whenever we're talking.
You're assuming that Matt speaks Spanish.
He's
see,
enough.
soy Kyan.
Yeah, yo soy Mankayan too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Again.
good talk.
It
Okay.
también.
Okay, so I think that's like, let's just say a gold, Matt. We'll deduct that from your thing here.
Very good.
I think it's like 15 copper per ale or something like that. Let's just round it out.
Yeah.
You buy a round, and Amiko seems to sort of acquiesce to your insistence that you purchase one. So you guys all get a fresh beer, even though it is morning time, and I'm not sure how many you guys are slamming back. Damon looks upside down, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Vanya will
Oh,
definitely pass her beer to the bicep.
Okay.
Well, I was turned
Cardi
around
takes
to
offense to
face.
this and like
Gotcha.
grabs the beer out of Vanya's hand and it's like, it's
All right.
only 10 in the morning.
We
It's
don't
Yeah.
kill them.
it's plenty early for ale. And
Yeah.
Cardi knocks it back because Cardi's a dwarf.
Yeah, I think Roymond will give you a cheers to that.
As you
As
guys
a halfling, he's a fan of
are
day
rejoicing.
drinking.
Oh, sorry. As you guys are rejoicing, Ilswar Gandithus steps up from a nearby table where he seems to be have just polished off some breakfast, and he walks over to Roymond. Sorry, there's a little feedback happening, I think. And he says, "Roymond, I see you've returned. It's good to see you, lad.
Oh yeah, hi.
You will remember that Ilswar Gandithus is the proprietor of the Trandrock Academy, which is the orphanage that you were raised in. And he says, we've just received our latest. What is this voice? Fuck it, I'm sticking with it. Just received our latest student at the academy.
Oh,
I believe
good.
that you dropped the child off recently. We've never had a goblin child in the academy, as far as I recall, from all of our during all of our years since its inception. It should be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think you guys are up to the challenge, though.
Please keep detailed notes.
Well,
Lyman, you're not supposed to drop babies. I think that's bad.
That's not what it means.
Thus
You know
far,
who's
it's
figurative?
been quite an adventure with the little rascal. But please do give us a warning next time if you plan to bring any more children and deposit them at the orphanage. We didn't know what goblins eat or drink or exactly what precautions.
I think they probably just eat everything.
Sometimes
Yes.
each other.
Yes, in our experience thus far, that has been
People,
the case. He's attempted to he's chewed through most barriers that we've tried to keep in place to keep him penned in for his own safety.
Cardi quickly writes a note of things to feed goblins.
Yeah,
and-
Yes.
That's
Here you go, sir. I believe that this is what you're looking for. It's a healthy diet for goblin babies and other.
Oh,
It should definitely help.
yes.
we could
Oh.
go pick up the cage we found them in. Would that be helpful?
I'm not certain. I think he's going to settle in eventually. Of course, nobody's, to my knowledge, ever raised a goblin in civilized society before. So
Maybe that's
we'll
the problem.
see how it goes. Yes, indeed, it could be. I guess we'll find out together.
The task kind of sounds like for the guy with the bun.
He takes the paper that you provided him with, Cardi, and just kind of peruses it. And he goes, "Interesting. I'm sure this will be useful. Well, I'm glad that I stopped by. I just wanted to congratulate all of you, and especially you, Roymond." And he takes particular note of the cloak that you're wearing.
Mhm.
which was, I believe, Captain Averton's of the Sandpoint Guard, his cloak, and he gives you a proud nod, and he just says, "Always knew you had great things awaiting you. It's good to see that."
Royman kind of salutes,
realized.
but with his mug in his hand.
Yeah, with ale in mouth and hand, and he gives you a nod. He says, "Well, I'll get back to business. I just wanted to say congratulations."
Well, thank you, sir.
And he gives you all a nod. And as he returns to his table, Amiko kind of looks up, and she's taking a sip from the ale because she's joined in the toast with the rest of you. She says, "So what's next for the heroes of Sandpoint? All 6 of you."
Well,
And
I believe we were looking for. Okay, I don't out of character. I don't remember her name. The ranger.
Shalelu Andasana.
We were looking for Shalelu. I believe that that bugbear she's been looking for. We managed to capture it. And
Yeah.
I think she had a grudge, so she wanted to settle with it.
Indeed, but Shalelu and Bruthasmus have had several run-ins with each other, and it seems that both of them came close to killing the other several times, but neither was able to actually finish the job. Thank the gods, Shalelu anyway.
Well, Bruthasmus
Well,
is
he's
in a cage.
now, so that probably evens the odds.
He will be much easier to shoot.
It will more than even the odds. Shalelu has survived several encounters with that brute. I'm sure it will be fine. What
They were
do you plan to
boning,
do?
weren't they?
Who?
This
Shalelu
whole them
and the
almost
bugbear?
killing each other thing is a cover story. He's actually a freaking love-making machine, which is why we walked in on him having an orgy with goblins.
Okay.
This is my new fan theory.
All right. I guess you can interrogate Shalelu about that if you ever see her again. But
Yes,
I
we
would.
might need an etiquette teacher for that.
Did Royman say that aloud? Is the question?
Oh, definitely not. No.
Okay.
This was a Chris the player thought.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
have been drinking a little, so. You know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Cardi's like, well, aside from maybe going back and dealing with Bruthasmus and the goblin wives that we left caged up,
Yeah, there was
might...
some. Wasn't there? I think there was still some some monsters there to take care of. Maybe.
Never mind the great deal of architecture that would be quite interesting to document more extensively.
I also
I thought we were just leaving the thing with the tentacles and the.
Yeah, I really don't know why I'm here, but
You mean the bunyip?
people.
Or do you
No,
mean
no,
the,
it was something else that the guy who gave the stuff and the horse.
Auric.
He was mentioning that there was another thing on the level with the tentacles and the.
Yes, he didn't know what it was, but he described some sort of tentacled monster that the goblins steered clear of, for the most part, and that he believed that like one goblin had made some sort of claims made some sort of grandiose show about going in to slay it and never returned. But that was all he knew about it. Now you'll recall that Auric was not the brightest bulb. So that was probably literally all he knew about what this thing actually was.
I was thinking Blythe had identified it by the name. Whitney doesn't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember if you guys had succeeded or not.
I remember at one point we thought it was a bunyip.
That was from the drawing.
That's a different thing. There's a bunyip that was outside. Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
the house cat, not the outdoor cat.
Just roll me a nature right now for it.
I'm mostly just worried that things might, get out because we were there.
But it's been. If it wanted to leave, it probably could have.
Maybe.
Vanya, you think that this sounds a lot like a tentamort?
Oh, the tentamort.
Think you actually, so technically it's an aberration, but I think it ecologically sort of covers a lot of the same areas that like animal knowledge would cover. But yeah, I'll tell you that it's this like slow tentacled monster that just sort of like grapples onto whatever it can. It typically lives like in marshes or underground. And it stings, and I think it paralyzes people. It like grabs them with its tentacles and squeezes them and poisons them with its tentacles. And I would allow one further question with that roll. 20.
Oh man. Okay. A special. Well, you kind of gave me special attacks.
I give you a lot.
Weakest save.
Weakest
I would
save.
Say reflex, because what it sounds like.
It is fortitude, actually.
Oh, okay. Yes, a Tintamort. It's a slow-moving, tentacled creature. Likes to grapple its victims with its many arms and poison them, and these sorts of things. Are you sure you want to go?
Particularly keen on getting back to that. I think I'd rather stay at the forge.
Yeah. I think Vanya's right. Why are you joining us?
Perhaps.
Is it because of an obligation? Because I don't like that.
Eugene?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're asking him if he's strong-armed into
Yeah.
the group?
He's being weak-armed into it.
Sounds like he's being, sort of diplomatized. Matt, are you there?
He is muted.
Oh.
Who muted Matt?
I wonder if he's doing
Sorry about that. I muted myself when I was peeing and I forgot to unmute.
Oh, don't worry.
played that game
Sorry.
before.
Never
Sometimes
mind.
On the
I don't
bright
even mute
side, I
myself.
Is there
did
like
mute
one
myself
flow,
Flow,
peeing.
baby. Just let it flow.
Yeah. We're a place that doesn't judge.
Speak for yourself. I definitely judge.
We let the streams just flow.
No, we don't.
Tanner does something.
What was Eugene saying?
Tanner did do that one time. I forgot.
Yep. I think it's been more than once.
Once unintentionally.
But in response to your question, I was going to say, I'm Lady Miko's friend and servant, and I will go where she bid. However, I do think that the opportunity to bring some civilization to the wilderness and assist you in whatever way I may be able to would be an honor.
Sounds like you need to let your hair down.
I am afraid I cannot do that.
Amiko just sort of is like
But-
rolling
wait.
her fingers together in that like devious way, and she's like, "This is going to be some interesting foil for the two of you. I think you'll have to fill me in on how this
Wait.
who wins out in this struggle in
Why?
the end."
Why can't you take your hair down?
Cardi face palms so hard right
I
now.
wasn't going to say anything, but since Roymond has voiced the question.
I'm just curious and maybe a little inebriated.
Physically,
Yeah.
of course, I can. But it would not be proper to do in the presence of other people to show up so disheveled.
Amiko moves up to you, Eugene, and she just whispers in your ear, if anybody ever asks you, this is a tip I picked up from my adventuring days. If anybody ever asks you a question you don't want to answer, just play the race card. They really hate it. They don't know how to react. It always works.
Like I should just tell them I'm black when I'm obviously not? I don't understand.
I don't know that black people are
Got
disadvantaged in this world. I think she's saying as Minkayan individuals in Galarian, you can always use that as a tradition refuge if you ever get asked an insensitive question.
No, splendid
Hi,
tip.
YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So I think Eugene sufficiently answered Damon's question. I don't know how he feels about it.
Don't worry about them. You'll get used to them, Eugene.
I will
it
remind
takes
you.
a little while.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
will
Minkayan thing.
Yeah.
Perfect execution.
Amiko just gives you a thumbs up. You guys will remember that there were also other rooms in the 3rd level of Thistletop that you guys had not yet explored. It seemed like you guys hadn't quite made up your mind about how or when you want to tackle that. You guys were trying to see if the whole guard would go with you, which they
What's
seem
not gonna
to
happen?
do. Yeah, they're not gonna play the game for you.
I wouldn't mind going back to the Thistletop just to get those Varisian ruins out, but
Yes.
I'd prefer not to fight that Tentamort creature. I'm not really one for fighting. I'd prefer to stay outside. For
my
that.
guess is that it's probably not going to let you roam around, and most likely the
Maybe we don't go
interesting
down
things.
to that level.
No, you guys had skipped the Tentamort. The Tentamort was on level 2. That was the room you guys decided to just not go into that area, and you just
On
proceeded
second thought,
downstairs.
that room is a silly place.
Yeah, that is an entirely optional encounter or area. But there were other rooms on the 3rd floor that you guys hadn't.
Like the 3rd floor
yet either.
down?
Yes.
Yeah, we went down and then stopped and went back
Immediately
up.
did the boss
and
fight
around.
and then immediately left.
Yeah, you guys skipped to the end. You took the secret entrance directly to the end boss.
You're welcome.
Did it, and then yep. You guys bribed your way to the boss.
Wasn't our other concern too, though, that something was influencing the Asimar girl that I forgot her name? Yeah, Nualia.
Yes. Roymond, you had noted some strange whisperings and suggestions during the overnight that you guys had spent. You had strange dream. You definitely detected a sinister presence that was not Nualia below you. And nothing so far that you've encountered has would lead you to believe that you had already dealt with that.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before too, so it feels
we
weird.
did, but it's been a long time, so
yeah. Well, and guys, I think that there maybe is some other bigger things down there to take care of. I'm not. I know we talked about this probably yesterday, but yeah, I'm not convinced that Nualia acted alone.
No, Tsuda was helping her, remember? And Larry?
No, we're talking about there's something.
Oric, yeah, I almost forgot his name.
No, there's something dark down there, something influencing her.
Darker than this guy's hair.
There is much we don't know about Varisius still, and I would be keen to add to our knowledge. As long as we keep our wits about ourselves and do not fall prey to whatever has influenced Nualia, so...
Yeah, that would be my concern for sure. But it does seem that fate has put us on this path, and I aim to see that through. So.
Well, fate may have put us on this path, but I'll make put Eugene on this path.
Aha! I high-five you.
I'm a guide! What path do we want to go on?
The same one, well, is there a better one back to the Thistletop?
We took the main road, but there are some way more fun ones, and they have really pretty views. We should go there. We could picnic.
No.
That could be fun.
Been known to enjoy a good picnic.
I like picnics.
Yes! Okay, we should go. What time is it? We need to get food, and... Yeah, I'll go get the horse.
Oh, are we already? We're ready to go?
You just see Bethana Corwin's wrinkly hands just rise up over the bar counter, and it's already got a perfect picnic basket ready made.
But Blythe has been planning this the whole morning while everyone was waking
that's
up.
actually really sad because that means that she's always ready to go on picnics, but she doesn't get to.
You get the sense that Bethana is she's just got some sort of weird halfling felicity with cooking and food stuff that just boggles the mind.
I think Bethana Corwin is a level 19 druid, secretly masquerading as a halfling cook.
Yeah. It's weird how there are no ingredients in the kitchen, but she always like walks in and immediately comes back with like a bountiful feast that's already like made. Like the door hasn't even finished swinging shut before she's like coming out the other side with all the food. It's weird.
Well, I believe I have all my possessions in order. I have some new glassware that I'll thank you all not to damage or take any of.
Did you
Everyone
get
gets
Blythe
some
has
something out of
taken the basket and is going to eat horses.
Did you bring some extras so that we can damage some?
Oh, we can go by the glassworks and we can find plenty of things for you to break.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it would keep, some people busy.
All right, I'm ready.
Eugene, as you guys are all like filing out, you catch. Actually, give me a perception. So this you would go into your skills and roll. Oh, you already know how to do this.
Eesh. 3. Blythe is distractible.
What's your intelligence? Because your intelligence almost seems as low as mine, Blythe.
Well,
The way you're playing the
her
character.
intelligence is 10. It's average, but she's very low charisma, and so I like to play that as kind of being ditzy as opposed to just mean.
It's not aware.
Yeah.
I haven't updated my perception stuff
It's
yet.
a +7 to your roll, so you can also just roll a d20, or I can secret roll it. 19. As you're walking past, you and Damon and just you and Damon notice that the redhead Shayless Vinder just is like straight making eyes at you as like you probably don't appear like have to in public often enough to have crossed a lot of paths with her, but she is like fully just got like her chin resting in her hand, and she like gives you like that tinkly like wave as you're making your way toward the door.
My dyslexia.
At me.
Sorry?
That was a question. At Eugene specifically?
There was no question. She just she's making eyes at Eugene as he's on his way toward the door. A few of the others had noticed this, and including you. And she like gives you like kind of a flirty wave.
I bow.
God, that bitch.
I give her a pretty formal, deep bow.
What do you guys do when you see him do this?
I mimic it. Just yeah.
You will recall that the last person that Shayless Vinder flirted with ended up
He
walking
wasn't here.
and carrying his boots in his hand, just fucking like uppercut into smithereens by
Damon never met him.
Oh, like
No, I didn't.
oh, okay.
Yeah, Damon
never
was
did.
Damon was still drunk, passed out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But the rest of you will remember that the dwarf that she had flirted with before.
I put a hand on both of them and say, hey, perhaps it'd be best that you're not be flirting with that one. I think her dad will have something to say, and it won't be pretty. He'll speak with his fists before he speaks with his mouth.
Very good. You may be right. Let's go.
Tis a silly place. All right, so you guys head back to the Goblin Squash stables and fetch your horses. The proprietor, whose name somehow didn't hang in my memory for the last 3 months, Jubrail Visky, Davern Hosk, greets you all, and he seems to have taken excellent care of your horses while you spent the night resting and recovering from your injuries. And he's still like deep in the paint, like nailing these goblin ears to the to like all over the place. He's like so ecstatic, and he goes, "Oh, setting out again quickly, are we?" And
Yeah, some
Going for a
elf lady
picnic.
wanted to.
I doubt we will be finding more goblin eaters, but if we do, we'll definitely bring them back for you.
Just remember, I'll pay for them. Good gold.
Indeed.
And he looks over at Eugene. He says, "Take your new friend with you, I see. I suppose You want a steed?
I would be wanting a mount, good sir. What do you have?
He just sort of gestures to several. Well, we've got a few, but unless you're looking for something particularly combat trained or something of
You
like.
should get the black one.
No, that's
hope-
Fluffy.
Because
I
it'll
already bought
match your
him.
hair.
Yeah, there are 2 black ones. He says, I hope you won't mind my saying so, sir, but you don't appear to be a knight. I assume that you'll be fine with a regular light horse.
Indeed, the black one, if you will.
Yes.
The
Gotta match my hair.
light
Yes.
horse is... Everybody else was gifted one for saving Aldrin Foxglove.
Yes. Well, Damon just took our other dwarfs.
Oh, he took Reinhold's.
Yeah, that was his name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, that works. He adopted him.
I love
Right.
it.
A regular light horse is... Where is it?
Can
not that much. It's
can
like
I name your horse,
gold.
Matt? Or
Sure.
is it already named?
It is
No, it doesn't have a name. I haven't even bought it yet.
Yeah, it is 75 gold for a light horse.
Done.
Damn.
Um,
I think you need to name your horse Eugene.
Lols.
okay.
Okay, I'm down.
Tavern Husk leads. I suppose Eugene ? Out of the stall and over toward you, and hands you the reins, Eugene, and says, "Well, I suppose if that's all you'll be needing, keep an eye out for those goblin ears for me."
Thank you, sir. I will do that.
Excellent.
Yes, you've
Um,
done quite well with.
Oh, he says, and that'll be
quite gruesome.
75 gold for the horse. Let's call it 70 on account of you keeping such excellent company.
Very good. I give him 70 gold.
Okay. He pockets it and gives you a beaming smile. I suppose Amiko had also, when she was whispering in your ear, Eugene, she had also told you about where to recover your items and all that. So you can handle as far as like traveling gear, armor, these ceremonial weapons. You never know what you might need. You probably haven't polished those in some time, but they considering that they're kind of heirlooms, I'm sure you've kept them all the while.
And since the goblin attack, I feel like
right
he had them out there.
Yeah, this is like the equivalent of like taking like Granddad's old World War II like Ruger that he brought back from the war and like being like, all right, we gotta retool this old piece.
Yeah.
So, you guys grab your adventuring gear and you head out toward the road unless there's anything y'all wanted to do before you head out.
No, I would like to add, I'm assuming Sven just kind of meets us as we are leaving and has been roaming outside the city.
Yes. When did you actually... Oh, yeah, I guess since you just got that for leveling up, right?
Right.
Yeah, you just got Sven. Yeah, he trots up as you guys are making your way toward the gates and just, like, happily greets you.
Oh God,
I don't
what
think
is
he's ever
that?
happy.
Is this the first time that we've seen?
I feel like it is.
I think so,
Yes.
yeah. She just acquired
yeah.
this animal
I
companion.
don't.
What
I
is
don't know
that
how he wants
beast?
to
It
play.
needs to be slain.
But I doubt he's happy or trotting. I imagine he's just sort of lurking, waiting, and then follows maybe 20 feet behind.
You guys see a pair of binoculars sticking out of a bush nearby. And the wolf is just watching you.
Doing his best Wile E.
Damon
Coyote.
might kill it.
Yeah.
Cardi looks
If you
up
don't
to Blythe
explain.
on her horse and says, I think we're being followed by a wolf.
oh! And she'll kind of look around and then see him and like wave. Yeah, that's Sven! Oh my gosh, you haven't met Sven! Oh, we should, hold on. And she'll kind of stop her horse and get off and
Wait.
like call him to...
Oh, is this my new pelt? That's so
Wait.
nice of you.
Wait, you have a pet?
We're... I wouldn't call him a pet. He's my friend. This is my okay.
Yeah,
Sven, come here.
okay, yeah,
Come
yeah.
here.
This is a pet.
And do you want to like describe what he does, or should that be my thing, or I don't know how you want to handle that.
I mean, I'm fine with a mix of the two. I would say that, yeah, you can take any liberties as far as him being your animal companion who follows your orders, because he is.
Okay.
And you effectively have control over him for the most part. I think I'll take reins if you make an unreasonable demand that he balks at.
Yeah,
he
no.
will trot
No
over
dog calculus.
and come to you as you beckon toward him.
Okay, so he kind of walks up and then just stands there very uncomfortably, and Blythe will be like, "Okay, guys, this is my best friend Sven. Sven, this is Damon and Kari and Vanya and Boymond and you, Eugene.
Eugene.
This is a new friend. Everyone, this is Sven," and she'll like hold out her arms, like in a displaying manner, kind of like.
Yeah.
Party walks a little bit closer to Sven and like extends her arm, and then Brock kind of like climbs out of her robe onto her arm and sniffs Sven.
Oh, you got Brock now too. Yeah. Okay.
The thing is,
What
Brock.
happened to Brock?
Brock is a badger.
A tiny badger,
It's
apparently.
a familiar. That is his tiny badger
I
familiar.
think we decided, wasn't it like a European badger? The cute kind?
Euro
it's a
badge.
Yeah.
Cute badger.
Yeah.
Not
This
the
federal
badger.
kind of.
They're actually
American
pretty
ones.
small. European
Really?
badgers, yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm used to.
You're
North
used
American
to big
badgers.
old mean American badgers.
Yeah.
Big old nasty bastards.
Yeah.
Well, a few more days of adventuring and we'll have 20 or 30 people following us.
Yeah, we've really got our own little gang here.
Blythe, it didn't talk back to me. I tried barking and it didn't do anything.
Sven doesn't talk a lot.
I guess roll diplomacy on that, Damon. You're like growling at a wolf. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here.
He
Well,
doesn't
it's what
either.
she was introducing, so I was trying to.
He doesn't know what he's doing either. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think Sven is
Bark.
still
Arf.
That's
arf.
actually
British
not.
at this point.
That's actually not terrible for him.
Yeah, because you have like a -2. So yeah, you rolled an 18.
I don't even see the roll.
It's a
Is it
16.
doing the thing again?
I don't know. Roll 20 is like being real sluggy with me right now. But yeah, I don't see. I was just refreshing there, so I might have like missed it, but it should still be there for me. But I don't see it.
I just want acknowledgement.
Okay. That was diplomacy from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like for some reason this wolf, it seems to feel like you're speaking like the animal language, which I think makes sense because you probably have the closest to an animal brain of any humanoid in the tri-state area. And it kind of gives you like a respectful like game oh, there it goes. A kind of like game recognized game like kind of like a I see you.
Animal
You see
head
me,
bump.
I see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Satisfied.
Yeah. He trots after Blythe, and he seems like he's now that he's recovered his mistress, he's gonna be remaining more or less by her side, unless perhaps she goes indoors again, which he doesn't seem to be a fan of. And you guys head out toward the Nettlewood. You guys are at Sandpoint. It takes like 2.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever.
I was thinking it was really short compared to what we thought.
It seems like it'd be a lot longer than it actually is, but it's actually only a few hours ride before you get to the Nettlewood.
Those are not mountains.
No.
Those are pointy hills.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you guys are going around. You're following the road.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the yellow
yeah.
road? Okay.
I should say that those look like what should be a mountain, but
Yeah.
they are hills if if it only takes like 2 hours to get over there.
Well, you're not going over them. You're literally going around them.
We'll go
Yeah, but
around
normally a
them.
mountain is
But
huge.
going around
Yeah,
also
a
takes a
mountain
lot.
would be like a whole day to cross by itself.
Yeah,
on
Mhm.
horseback.
no, these are sure. They're
Hills.
aggressive hills.
Pointy hill.
Yes,
Aggressive
yes,
hill.
Yeah.
yeah. Hard up hills.
Yeah. So it takes you guys a few hours riding along, and as you do, you kind of chat and get more used to your new companions, Sven and Yujin. As you arrive toward midday at the Nettlewood, you guys know it's probably not safe to ride the horses into the Nettlewood, considering the poisonous thorns and whatnot that you'd passed before. But at this point, you guys are old hat at this now. You guys have been in and out of this forest a few times. You know what thorns to look for. You've got like your little path sort of beaten, and you can make your way through Thistletop, and back inside and down into the lower reaches. Are you guys heading straight to the prisoners, or are you going to the third floor, or where y'all heading?
Blythe is focused on picnicking.
I think we're following Blythe's path to a nice picnic spot rather
Oh.
than actually to.
Oh yeah,
the
we didn't come
fortress.
out here to do a dungeon thing. We just came
Okay.
out here for a picnic.
I
Okay.
feel like Matthew, your icon on Discord is perfect because they like
Yeah.
to go. Yeah.
He's a hobbit.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, and you guys can picnic, and however that goes.
Yeah, I imagine Blythe has taken you kind of on a winding path through to a little vista where you are like by the cliff and can see the waters and have the trees behind.
So, what's the point of this?
Oh, the little halfling lady, she made us food, and she'll hold up the basket.
I know, but like,
Isn't it pretty? Oh, and you can hear the sounds of the waves.
There is a certain aesthetic appeal, I will admit.
And we don't have goblins screaming in the background. It's just so peaceful.
I mean, that's good no matter where you are.
To mention it's lunchtime, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which means it's time for drinks.
water.
I don't know if she picked that. The water's really far down. You probably don't want to get the water.
I mean,
Um,
swimming? Can't we swim on picnics?
But these are all cliffs, like where
Yes.
we were at Thistletop. So it's a long way down.
Always down.
You could always climb down and get some. I'm sure you could make a day of that.
But it's not potable water.
No.
Oh,
We're on the sea here.
oh, darn.
Interested in whiskey.
Sure.
Thank God, I never travel without it.
Whiskey.
Eugene has a problem.
I think that's why Eugen is like convinced he could travel with this group. They were all drinking for breakfast. It's like, dude, okay, this could work.
So then the question becomes: does alcohol make him loosen up, or does it make him just double down on his uptight exterior?
Yeah, does it make him a
Say.
tighter asshole?
Only one way to find out. As you guys produce the picnic basket and discover 6 sandwiches with some sides, and like Bethana Corwin has like cut them diagonally and cut all the crust off. Like,
I love that.
Premium
Oh, it's so
fucking-
good.
She's a level 19 grandma.
Yeah, she's a level 19 grandma for sure. Like, this
She's
is
somehow
like,
both a level 19
perfect.
druid and a level 19 grandma. She's
Yeah.
really just a level
All
38 character.
yeah. With each bite, the sandwiches taste progressively more and more like a hug. What?
It's those famous halfling healing sandwiches.
Feels great. And she's got a mix of refreshments in there as well.
So
As you guys enjoy your picnic.
it's interesting to me that they. What did they say? A teacher of etiquette
He's a
would
servant.
be familiar with weaponry. In many places, servants are specifically kept away from such things.
My really more teacher than servant. And though diplomacy and etiquette is my primary function, ultimately, sometimes diplomacy fails, and you have to know how to handle that situation as well.
Smash. That's how you handle it.
Sometimes you're not wrong.
I wouldn't encourage the behavior. It's probably
Damon's
going to
like,
get
oh
worse.
my god, nobody ever said that
I
to me
know,
before.
right?
But usually you are.
I was gonna say, the last time we were here, you attacked a tree.
You very
Hey,
quickly
I attacked
read
the
the
tree and
room
Great
did
there.
effect.
We attacked
Yeah.
a tree, and it saved our lives.
Yeah.
I love the idea that Damon is just blundering his way to success. He's really kind of the earthly epitome of Caden Kalian.
Yeah,
So,
I
like-
think that Royman, you're suspicious that that Damon like stole your halfling luck. Like it's weird how this keeps happening. He keeps failing upwards.
Maybe
Yeah, he has
he's
a luck
doing
score
it
of 20.
because of my halfling luck. Like when
Yeah.
we found him, he was chained to a table, so you know,
Yep.
it's only up from there, really.
The
So I've
situation-
been wondering, you folks are the heroes of Sandpoint.
That's
I mean,
us.
that's what they call us.
Yes, quite impressive, if I may say. What led you to do that?
Well, we were really just defending our home.
Well, you know, not dying is always nice. I find.
I mean, there were goblins. What else do you do? You gotta go.
Yes, Sandpoint is where I keep my things, and it is generally good for my things not to be broken,
That does make sense.
and
I think,
also people, of course. But
yeah,
Says the lady whose house or whose shop and like most of her possessions were like burned down in the raid.
yes,
I'm
that
quite
was,
certain she set them on fire.
no, that
No,
was
no.
previously.
Yeah.
I was thinking she added to it, but okay.
No, I burned down the Mako's cart.
Ah,
That's-
other things.
Yes.
Did any of you get to meet my former master, Master Longiku?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was really mad at us.
Briefly, yes.
Bought a great deal of my glassware from him.
He,
Unfortunate.
I
You
would
know,
say
I
that
lost
being
one
really
time-
mad is a character trait of his.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's not just you.
all right. Well,
You guys may remember that when you did meet him when he was alive, he was basically trying to accost Amiko and pull her bodily out of the tavern, and I think that you guys stepped in.
He was also scolding us for intervening
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
goblin stuff.
Yep, yeah. He was decidedly uncharismatic and pretty rude to you guys and everybody else.
It was most difficult, given that I bought a great deal of my glassware from him and sold a great many things to his daughter. It could be a bit of a strained relationship.
He's a harsh man, certainly.
Yes. He didn't deserve what happened to him, though. It was gruesome, to say the least. Being thrown into molten glass.
No, indeed. Although his wife didn't deserve what happened to her either. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
I cannot
What
say
happened?
I cannot say I'm completely unhappy with events.
You
He was
guys,
not a kind master, and there have always been rumors regarding the death of damn it, Ryan, what's her name?
that's a good question. Amiko's mother.
You know,
Lady
Miss Longico.
Just
Mamiko.
Yeah.
Mamiko.
Miss Kaijitsu or Mrs.
Kaijitsu.
Kaijitsu.
Yeah,
Madam Kaijitsu.
Madam Kaijitsu.
2020, Miss Kaijitsu.
Yeah. I don't even remember like where that is in the story.
It seems like it'd be fitting that he wouldn't use their first names, though. Like just
It
the
would be-
form
Yeah.
how it-
Atsui.
You would have referred to them. Yes, Atsui. Atsui Kaijitsu was her name.
Yeah. Well, pretend I said that.
Yep.
If you don't mind me asking, I mean, there were always rumors what happened to her, but do you actually know what happened to Tsui?
Well, damn it! I almost did Irish accent.
You learn that that's the real
Yeah.
hard part of this game is that like our instinct is
You
to
know,
actually
you
out
got to
everyone
keep
else.
your accent straight there, boy.
Officially, they say she fell. I find it difficult to believe, and have always found it somewhat difficult to believe, that she happened to fall immediately after the circumstances of
Pseudo.
Testudo's birth became fact. A strange coincidence, wouldn't you say?
Attica, dude is a half elf, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And there was no disputing that she was Tsudo's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Jiku was not a half elf or an elf of any stripe.
Right.
Pure and kind human.
Do elves have other striped elves?
That was out of character, but
Oh, good lord.
I don't think so. Blythe will kind of look at her arms.
Who put these thoughts in my head?
very well. I think in that case, I guess we can probably trust the rumors, especially if you said that Lonjiku is as rude as they come.
Indeed, not a pleasant man.
That would certainly tally with y'all's experience. As you guys are sitting there enjoying this picnic, you hear some movement in the wood nearby, like on the way into Thistletop. And as you look up, you see Shalelu Andasana creeping from between the trees, and she just like looks at you all and just kind of shakes her head, and she goes, "Enjoying a picnic on the edge of the Nettlewood."
Yeah, it's a blonde girl's idea.
Do you want to sample? Oh, we ate them all.
There's
Nice
still
to
this
see you.
muffin. There's still this muffin. Here.
Oh, do you want a muffin? And I imagine it like has a large chunk missing, but she's just offering it to the lady whose name I already forgot.
Shalelu.
Shalelu.
Do I know this person?
You would only know her in passing. Shalelu Andasana is an elf. She might also be a half elf, actually. She is an elven ranger who had previously. No, she's just an elf. Yeah, an elven ranger who previously was an adventuring partner of Amiko back in the day. And now she just spends her time mostly patrolling.
Paroling goblins.
Wow, yeah, she's paroling goblins.
God.
She's patrolling kind of the wilderness around Sandpoint.
They
And
check
every
in
now
with
and
her
then-
once a month.
Yeah, every now and then she stops in at the Rusty Dragon to like enjoy like a little bit of companionship and restock her supplies, but you wouldn't know her very well, probably.
Shalelu, what luck finding you out here while we're having this picnic. We found an old friend of yours.
Oh my gosh!
yesterday.
Yeah, we have a present for you.
A
Not the
present?
muffin, but you can have it.
Well, we don't have.
I mean, you can
Would-
have the
I
muffin
mean-
too.
Would this be related to the goblin genocide at Thistletop that I just finished
Genocide is
examining?
a bit strong of a
Ah,
word. I mean,
well.
technically, in terms
Oh,
of numbers,
yeah.
you want to exceed at least, several 100,000 before you start bringing the G word into things.
Well.
Historically speaking, we don't like to employ.
Cardi
this
just covers
I'm
Vanya's
talking way
mouth.
too much.
Yeah, about that. We gave them all a good chance. We gave them all a fair shake. They didn't listen. So
Shalelu nods and she says, "Well, don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll make it to genocide eventually.
Well,
Your
you know,
mind to it.
if goblins keep trying to kill us, then we'll keep poking goblins.
They most certainly will."
We would
Um,
refer it more to the present in the catacombs of Thistletop. There's an old friend of yours, Brithasmus.
Her eyes just kind of narrow and she goes, "Bruthasmus is no friend of mine. What do you mean? Speak
I think
plainly."
she was being is it facetious?
It's sarcasm.
Yes,
we
facetious
managed to
would be the appropriate word.
we managed to trap him in a cage, and we're hoping that you might want to settle your score with him.
She just looks surprised. She says, "Bruthasmus in a cage? Indeed, I would have a word or two with that brute. the amount
should
of
come with us.
suffering he's spread throughout the hinterlands. There are not many individuals who have done as much, ambushing caravans and travelers. I would certainly like to finally take my revenge on him. And she gestures to it's like a little scar across her cheek, and she says, he gave me this once. I gave him one in return, but it sounds like you all have finally gotten the better of him.
I think it's mostly thanks to this one over here, and I give Vanya a pat on the back. Also,
He
was
was
a little bit
indisposed, and they threw a
Yeah.
bomb into. Well, it was.
it.
It was a sexual act. I interrupted it.
Say no more. I literally don't want to hear.
Sex.
She looks at Damon and goes, "Good, Damon. We're up to 3-letter words now. Excellent. Progress.
The X is worth 10 points in Scrabble.
Not just guttural grunting anymore." Yeah, she looks up and says, "Yes, by all means. I'd like to see that beast put down."
Well, we were just finishing up our picnic here, and we were thinking about heading back. Would you care to join us?
She looks a little leery at the offer and says,
And also, the picnic basket is like mostly empty, so there's just like crumbs and like empty things.
Like we're finishing up the picnic
Yeah.
and are about
Like,
to head
join
out.
us
Like
to
join
leave.
us.
yeah,
to
there were
leave.
there were some apples in there too. I don't know how y'all feel about them, but yeah, sure. She would take. She's a ranger. She doesn't need very much pomp and ceremony. So she joins you and looks but looks a little expectant. She wants to finally put an end to Bruthasmus,
Yeah.
her arch enemy.
It was more of an invitation to join us on our journey there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
as we were
misunderstood
done
you, dude.
with
I'm
the
sorry.
picnic.
I'm following. Don't worry.
She seems like she's down for in all senses of joy. Not in all senses, but
Woohoo!
Down.
she's down for either
Mhm.
one.
So
God.
we finish up our food and pack up the picnic. And
Yeah. So let's say you guys pass over the bridge, no problem. Eugene, you probably would remark on a cascade of goblin corpses that have been all around, and I will drag you out to level 2. I don't think we need Ox playing.
I was gonna say the atmosphere in here is totally
Yeah.
different than last time.
Not quite.
I feel like Vanya has asked Shillelu an obnoxious number of questions on the way in. It's just like
That-
picking her brain about the about like nature and shit around here and what she knows about these ruins.
Shalelu would tell you that while she has patrolled the area a lot, she's not really one for architecture or anything. She's pretty much interested in like the plants and flora and fauna, but she doesn't really give a fuck about Thessalonian anything. And she's of course never been into Thistletop or anything of the like.
Then she'll mostly stick with like botany topics.
Yeah, she could give you a lot on that, at least
Yeah.
in terms of like the local, more useful plants and herbs and things like that.
Vanya keeps checking with Cardi to make sure she's not being super obnoxious. She
She's
just
actually
looks over and
checking.
like, yeah. Well, she's learning. She's level 4. She has to have some character development.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's hard to be this socially awkward for that long.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I'm teasing.
Alrighty then.
yeah. So I
yeah.
guess we returned. Oh, there we have we have guests.
Yep.
We have so many people. Wait, does your dog follow in, Blythe, or no?
I think he would.
No, Oric is not here anymore.
Also, if anyone has restored their hit points, I don't know if these tokens were updated.
Oh, yeah.
Because I noticed that Blythe is all of a sudden missing quite a deal.
Yeah, you guys could easily just like delete and drag out new ones.
Yeah, I actually noticed
That's
that
probably
my
the
character
easiest.
sheet in Roll20 is not level 4 yet, so I'm fixing that real quick.
Ah.
Gotta add in my 10 bombs.
Oh, the black stuff moves. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like line of sight and stuff down here.
Are these white things doors?
Yes.
Get used to them, because there's plenty.
There's
There's
quite a
there's
few.
a lot of doors.
Arbitrary architecture.
Yeah.
Cardi,
Is
I
this
guess
the
we
one
go
with
to
lots?
All of them
right?
have
All
lots of
them have
doors.
lots of doors.
Yep.
Yeah, I returned to the I go through the halls down towards where the cathedral area was. Was this door to the right the one that led to the? We think
Yeah, that was the area that seemed to lead to some cave system that they described the Tentamort being in.
Yep. We're gonna avoid that and just keep going down.
Yep. Vanya's close in. She's got her mutagen vial in one hand and her crossbow in the other.
Oh, that thing's not there anymore either. Whoops. I didn't go back to the level.
More babies!
Yep.
It's spawning babies!
You guys will recall that the prison area was over here.
Yep.
Wait, if the goblin baby's here, then what did we take back with us? Dun dun dun!
It's the Nilbog baby.
I kind of pretty much am just like guiding Shalelu through this massive tunnels towards the prison area.
Can you move your token, Matt?
I was just trying to figure out where everyone went.
Oh, I see. Okay. Shalelu
Because I know I might be a light source.
Shalelu follows you guys, and as soon as you guys get into this like prison room, you just hear like all this like clamoring from the goblins, the goblin wives inside of just like, food, let us out, please. You bringing anything to eat? And Ruth Adams just like growling and like shaking. Time you guys saw him, I think he's maybe recovered. Like he's recovered. You literally cut his dick off last time. He's
Yikes.
unarmed and unarmored.
So
he looks like he's on the verge of death. But as soon as Shalelu walks through the door, he just looks up and he says, "The half elf." And Shalelu just looks at him and goes, "Hello there, Bruthasmus. Long time.
Are you
no
a half
see."
elf too?
Sorry, did I say elf or half elf?
You said
I thought
half
she was
elf?
a full
Whoops,
elf.
no, she's a full elf. Sorry, sometimes I get the Elven Ranger confused with our half
The
Elven Ranger.
quadroon!
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Racist.
Yeah. Weirdly enough. And she walks up and says, I must say, this isn't the way I would have preferred to kill you, but I suppose it will suffice. And she lifts her bow up and just like yanks pulls the bowstring back to her ear, aims at him right through the bars, and he growls at her and says, "You're lucky these bars are in the way." And she looks at him and says, "You're very unlucky they are." And as soon as she says that, she releases the bowstring.
I wouldn't stand there.
Well, I would say she probably moved up to like there.
Okay, I couldn't tell if you were like moving your character.
No,
Oh, I was
Like,
just playing around. I don't really know what I'm doing yet.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
All good.
I wasn't sure if it was like a role play thing. It's like, okay, well.
No, I was just watching the light move.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's a shiny thing.
Yeah. She sinks an arrow right through his sternum, and Bruthasmus collapses against the back of this prison cell, and goes, and very quickly expires. And Shalelu she seems like she lets out like a long breath that she's been holding in for a very long time.
Played Shalelu.
That one has been a long time coming.
So you're gonna like burn the body so it doesn't become undead or something?
She looks at you and
concerned
goes,
about the coming undead?
"What?"
What's
What?
happening? We left a lot of bodies here.
Well, if this guy particularly you don't like, don't you want to make sure he's completely dead?
Normally an arrow is sufficient.
Suppose he looks pretty dead to me. And she kind of pokes him with the end of her bow, and he doesn't really move much. Like one of his legs is still just kind of like randomly jerking a little bit spasmodically.
Did you see that jerk? Did you see that twitch? I think
I
it's
threw a
so.
bomb.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she really?
Damon, finally, or
Yes.
No.
Good enough for all of us.
Shalelu says, I think perhaps you've been listening to too many fairy tales. In this part of the country, the dead typically stay that way most of the time. It's pretty rare that they don't stay dead.
Mm.
I have a feeling that Damon has been watching a lot of Game of Thrones or something.
It's not like they were up in Ustalav where they have all those vampires and such.
No, that is, but Ustalav is quite a ways away. It's not quite the same here. This isn't the Gravelands.
Yeah. Although
Well, I say good
Damon
riddance.
is
He
awkward.
seems like a brute.
He looked like one and behaved like one as well.
I was about to get offended, but I was like, would Damien get offended? I don't think so.
Damon's a half orc. Berthasmus was a
Bugbear.
a bugbear.
Yeah.
Don't know. Shalelu looks at the squalling dungeon or goblin wives and says, what is the plan for these two?
Cut off their ears and give it to the horseman.
Oh, we forgot to get our ears.
Not our ears!
Well, I didn't have it in me to kill them just because they're goblins, and they surrendered as soon as Berthasmus was down.
Well, you can still get their ears and they'll still survive.
They look over at each other
This is
and they go,
technically true. We could have our cake and eat it too.
play dead, and they both just lay down.
A straight possum.
Yep. full possum.
I look at Shalelu and say, I'm not really one for wanton murder, so if you're gonna do it, then I'd prefer to leave the room.
She like holds the door open or just kind of gestures toward the door. Says, well, if it's up to me, I'd put an arrow in them and be done with it.
Eugen looks a little queasy, and he kind of follows out of the room too.
I mean,
I
are you
smell
just
something
gonna?
terrible.
Which
Did you
fucking
sit here
direction
and-
is out of the room? What?
And but you could follow. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Well,
gonna go to.
I would. We could use somebody to make sure that they don't. If we're gonna, I would let them go personally.
Let them loose.
I mean, they haven't hurt any of us really.
They were going to eat the baby.
Goblins will eat anything. They don't know any better.
Yeah, so they could eat you.
I mean, I suppose.
Make me a diplomacy if you're gonna try to convince her to let these wild goblins free.
Because our original, it's been a little while, but the original reason that we locked them up rather than let them go is we didn't want them alerting people that we were here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm totally on board with it. But I'm trying to play
I get
Kalelu
it.
the way. Yeah.
I'm just explaining to the rest of the party because it's been 3 months.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
Nice. Okay, that is a natural 20. Shalelu looks at you and she goes, "Well, these are your quarry after all. I'm sort of tagging along here. That one," and she pokes Berthasmus with the tip of her bow through the bars, and she says, "That one I had a score to settle with. These two, Borneman, I'll yield to your judgment. If you want to let them go, then
You guys
I've
will
got
just
nothing to say."
you'll just run off, right? And you'll leave us alone if we let you go.
You're talking to the goblins.
Yep.
They go, "We're dead, but yes."
I think I remember when we were in the bar thing that yeah, the man with the bun, he says that they're great to teach since he's a teacher. They could tag along and he could teach them.
I think we're already at
I
capacity.
don't
so
really.
hang on.
I
Do
don't.
you want
I'm
me
not,
to like make you roll a bluff for that? Like, does Damon know what he said is wrong? Like, you
I
just
don't-
made that up on the spot.
Kinda on the spot, but also I do remember like in that conversation because if they were speaking common,
I believe that was also facetious.
He's an etiquette teacher. Amiko was suggesting that he teach you guys like civilized ways, not that
namely,
he like
namely your character.
yeah, namely your character, not that he is a proselytizing cleric of civility
although maybe
spread the good
still we don't
word
know.
to goblins.
On the scale of proselytizing cleric to
so
us, he's a
I-
proselytizing
like
yeah.
cleric.
goblins would
Yeah.
be a good challenge or whatever.
yeah.
No, that was
That was mentioned, but it was
with
facetious.
regards to the baby.
Yeah.
If I may say so, I am an excellent etiquette teacher. Some students are unteachable.
And you would also have to feed them and clean up after them.
I do like that honesty.
I'm not really very interested in keeping them around. They're the last of their tribe, aren't they? These two.
As far as you guys are aware, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the last two of their tribe. So, I think it's maybe not genocide if we let them go.
Escape genocide by technicality. By letting these two go. Shalelu just shrugs and says, if that's the course you choose, then I'll defer to you. But
well,
in
we
any
would
case,
need someone to make sure that they don't double back and warn anyone down here that they know.
Like find another goblin tribe to.
Yeah, make sure they don't run off and like get reinforcements. Just somebody to keep an eye on them.
Maybe
Okay.
you could like escort them out.
Perhaps
Shalelu?
Yeah, Shalelu says, well, considering the gift that you've given to Sandpoint and to myself, I suppose I could intimidate them into silence on your behalf. I can. Mm-hmm. What?
I'm just picturing us like finishing exploring down there, and we walk back up into the fortress, and we find them both dead, and they're just they fell down.
Yeah.
Oh, I was imagining the opposite scenario that like we come back and they're like the best of friends now.
Oh,
There's a lot of comedic ways I could take this.
Yeah.
Who knows what I'll decide to do. In any case, Shalelu says, if that's your wish, then I think that's fine. In any case, my business down here seems to be done. This place is giving me the creeps. I think I'd rather get out into the fresh air again.
Yeah, it smells really bad. Sorry.
that's the sulfur.
I swear it wasn't me.
Before Roymond unlocks the cells, he kind of rolls a couple apples in there for each of them.
Oh, I was like, what? Are you okay? I follow now.
They're both still playing dead, but they both like open one eye and just like kind of paw around and like grab the apple and like lift it to their mouths, and but otherwise try to still pull off the caper like they're playing dead.
Amazing.
Well, everyone, these goblins appear to be dead, so I'll just leave these gates open, because they're totally not going to go running off into the forest, never to bother us again.
I'm confused.
Shalelu just kind of smirks and says, I'll keep an eye out for them up above. I'm sure I won't have to wait long. And gives you all stern nods. And she says, thank you for what you've done here. I've needed to avenge several families and townsfolk for wrongs that Bruthasmus has brought on the entire area. I hadn't been able to do that successfully until now. Thank you. And she
No
gives you all
problem.
nods and heads up above. And she seems to keep her bow out, indicating that she is going to at least be ready for these goblins to flee when they eventually will.
Okay, so I guess we'll journey on. Who is our light source?
I have an eye on.
I've got a
that-
glowy
Okay.
dagger.
Oh yeah.
Yellow.
Oh yeah, I have dark vision. I
dagger,
was like,
wasn't it?
what do you mean light source?
You're like, what's the problem here? I
Yeah.
don't see what you're talking about.
I forgot that I'm a dwarf and have dark vision. Yeah, I'm just sitting in this room reading, apparently in the dark.
Oh no, it's lit.
It's
Is it?
Dark fan.
Yeah, I
Literally lit.
I can see because you have your little ion torch thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very clear to me now that you are the light source.
Is this
That's
door?
what I was thinking.
What is this door? Is this
That
supposed
was
go
the
down
door to the
second
things. Yeah.
floor? Okay. I guess
That
At
is
least I think.
yeah, that is a door to. Well, you can open it.
Or we cannot. That didn't work well last time.
It's up to you.
I love
Uh,
the way you said that. Or you could
Perhaps we
open
should
it.
be in the. Since we are venturing into a place that we haven't seen, perhaps we should be in a better formation.
And Vanya
Oh,
will
yeah.
grab Damon and just drag
Yeah.
him up there.
I would be happy to
Okay.
be in the lead as well.
Sven, you hang back with Cardi, okay? Yeah, go. Yeah.
yeah.
How-
Cardi,
how
Cardi
is-
is like hiding behind Sven.
How has Eugen comporting himself with this like giant? I mean, we say it's a great sword. I'm imagining it as this like giant like Mongolian saber type deal, or like
Uh-huh.
Is that what he's carrying?
like Mongolian cleaver.
Yeah.
It's a
Good lord.
Damn.
like a ceremonial weapon of sorts. So it's probably not like a.
I mean, how
like
does
a
he
European
carry it?
longsword? Yeah, like how is he carrying himself in this position? He's an etiquette instructor, and he's like wearing fucking mountain pattern chainmail and has this like massive ass sword.
What keeps his back
Yeah.
straight?
Yeah, Eugen would, misguided as it may be, would kind of think that he needs to. It would be his honor demands that he would kind of go in front and protect the female members of the party.
Okay.
So he's not super comfortable in the armor and carrying the great sword, but it's not like his first time doing it. He's done
Gotcha.
it before.
Okay, cool.
Curiosity, do we know what class your character is?
You do not.
No.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if I had just missed that because I got here late.
One could question whether or not Eugen himself knows. I know Matt knows. I don't know if Eugen knows. Okay. So,
I mean, he doesn't, if that helps you.
Great. You guys had heard the last time you were here, which in your characters' minds was yesterday. In our minds was a lot longer ago. They had indicated that these doors lead toward a cave system that leads toward what they described as a tentamort, or that what you suspect is a tentamort. And you see the door before you.
Which one? I see a lot of doors.
There's only one. Oh, there's only one door that's not opened.
Oh, that's
Oh.
true.
Oh,
I suppose this is as good a time as any, and I'll
That would
Pop
be
the
this
cork out of my vial and drink it.
Do you?
And-
Do you have to? Oh man.
How do you,
Ah,
how do you tell if the door's open?
one.
I have no idea.
You can see through them.
Light
what-
goes
the
through
white-
them.
Yeah, the white blocks are the part that's part of the illustration of the map. But if there's nothing blocking your line of sight, that means that door is open. The one over
Okay.
over here that you can't see through is
I
closed.
got you. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Eugen watches a terrible transformation take place in front of his face.
Yeah. So Vanya will pops the top off this little vial and knocks it back, and then she like contorts and shifts, and you can hear like bones cracking and joints popping, and her arms
like distend out, and her skin turns gray. And she
What
grows
on
like
earth?
3 inches in height.
What on earth just happened?
It's called
Um,
drugs.
I guess it's science or something.
I try not to watch.
Yeah, me neither.
It's a very interesting form of
Alchemy.
magic.
Oh, it can talk still.
She's still very much human. It's just she's
I
extra.
very much is maybe exaggerated.
Ideally,
Just
that is the ideal word.
different.
She's very much human. Look
Very
at all the
good.
extra human she is.
I suppose everyone prepares for battle their own way.
I
Carry on.
generally cower in the back because not much for fighting.
I will note though, I think she's the only human, except maybe now with Yujin.
Yeah, I decided to round out the humans a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between, yeah, but I mean between you and between Blythe and Damon, you guys have another human there. You combine the half that you each provide.
There's a half elf, half orc, and then a full human.
Yep,
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
and now 2 full humans.
Wait, does that mean if Damon and Blythe have kids, there's a chance that one of them's a human?
I don't even want to do. I don't want to do this Punnett Square, man. I don't want to play this game.
That's a huge if that I highly doubt will ever occur.
Let's play out that scene.
Yeah,
Ugh.
no, not in my game.
It's a PG game.
For pretty great.
The door in front of you looms more and more imposing with each passing moment.
Do you guys feel like that door is getting taller?
Or maybe it's you getting shorter.
Oh
no.
Ryman looks down as though he's like measuring from memory his normal distance.
You
to
guys
the
get the
ground.
sense that eventually, if you don't open this fucking door, it's going to become a mimic
Yeah.
and attack you.
Where did those words above the door come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanya
Why do they say
drives
get
up
on
and
with
opens
it?
the door. She's got a bomb in her hand though, just in
Jesus,
case.
there's a small hallway and another door.
Ah.
It dissolves in front of you into ash like Thanos snapped it out of existence.
Okay,
Wow.
well, after you?
Jesus Christ.
Sure. Me or who's you? You as
Oh,
in you
no.
or
There's never gonna be an
You
end to
it's
these
gonna
jokes.
All right, Vanya's party leader now.
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I had to pee again. I'm ready now.
Fair enough.
No worries.
Vanya,
I
as
like
you look into this room, you see crates, barrels, and mounds of miscellaneous refuse lie heaped against the walls here. To the north, the sounds of crashing surf echoes.
Seems we've gone significantly deeper than I thought.
This room has tons of just junk all through it. But it looks like there's like a lot of like shiny junk and like shiny garbage that you could probably guess goblins would consider to be like minor treasures of some sort.
It's like tinfoil and like inside out chip bags.
Yeah. There's like some raw materials that like this is probably like what goblins would craft dog slicers or like their really like crude armor out of, but
Cheap
none of it looks
metal
like
trash.
it's of any value. A lot of it looks like it's probably junk scavenged from Junk Beach and Sandpoint.
Vanya does a pretty shitty perception check, and I don't think probably finds anything.
No, you don't find anything, and you don't hear anything but the crashing, kind of semi-muted crashing through this tight passage ahead of you.
Alright, alive here's nothing.
Nope.
And or as paranoid as
Got it.
Jesus.
Yeah. Royman, you hear kind of like a slightly like wet like slapping echoing from the chamber, the next chamber over.
Oh no.
Berthasmus?
3 again.
Yes, Tanner.
High five.
Oh my god. Take a point of inspiration, both of you. Fuck that. Let's have it.
You're the one that said Wes laughing. Come on,
That's on me. It's on me.
man.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Yep.
That is on you. That's too bad.
Yep. I gave him inspiration
Sounds
for
like
it.
if we
What
go in
can I
there,
do?
like,
Wait,
get on all of
there's
us.
wet slapping happening on you? That seems really weird.
I mean, during game
He's a
session,
GM. He can do
I
what
mean,
he
I'm into
wants.
it, but
Yeah. This is why we don't have webcams on.
The
Damn.
real reason surfaces.
Yep.
Oh,
I
man.
want the VR experience.
Was there any doubt?
It looks like this was once maybe like a slightly more refined area, but it looks like it's been parts of it are collapsed.
I was
Like
gonna
the
say,
floor
yeah.
the floor was once tiled in here, but it looks like it's become kind of cavernous with like growing lime and moss all over the walls. It's clearly in like great structural disrepair compared to some of the other parts of this. It looks like if any part of this took a big brunt when Earthfall happened and shattered Thassalon, this part is probably the biggest part of Thistletop that was damaged and eroded over time.
Well, it sounds like there's maybe some water up ahead. We might be getting close to maybe the bottom of the cliff, actually.
And the Tintamart, we should move with speed.
Can we even get through? It looks pretty narrow.
It looks like we're gonna have to go in a straight line.
I was gonna say it looks pretty spacious, but yeah, that's probably true. For you guys.
You are tiny.
Thanks.
I don't mind taking the lead.
Okay.
Watch out
Do
for
you have a
giant
light?
tentacle
Do you need a
monsters.
light?
I like when there's a volunteer.
There is some light shining through.
I have a
cavern
torch.
ahead.
I don't know how to turn it on, but I have it.
Okay, we can add light to your token. Way to do that.
Cardi, sparks your torch.
They've changed lighting. They've changed the lighting options in Roll20. It looks a lot easier to understand now. So I'm going to say token emits light. Token emits bright light for 30 feet? Is that a torch or is it 60?
Yep.
I think it's
It's
20.
30. I think it's 30 of bright light and then 60 dim light.
A standard torch is 20 feet of normal with 40 feet of increased. So it's 20 and
Okay.
then 20 of low light.
Okay.
Seems pretty generous. Okay, cool.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
if that changed anything on your screen, Matt, but I just changed the lighting.
People have a lot more faith.
I mean,
in
I
these
can make
torches.
light now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, stop there. As you squeeze through this passage, you can see like this is really like tight. Like you have to walk, you have to like stand, like shoulders sideways. God, yeah, you have to stand sideways and just like shimmy through this tight passage. And Eugen, as soon as you sidle through this, you get to the other end, and you've been like watching yourself and making sure, concentrating on slipping through this tight passage, and you look up, and as soon as you look up, you see this.
Should I go through it now?
I would say you stop there.
Okay.
You are like face to face with this weird squid-like monster, but instead of looking like a squid properly, it looks like something that came from another realm. It doesn't move right. It is like the floor seems to have been like polished smooth over years of whatever this weird flapping monstrosity is, as it like plants its tentacles on the floor and just like slides itself toward you, and it looks up, and you just see from its center between all of the many legs, this just like maw open up at you as it
tentacles. I found the tentacles.
You
Yep.
found the hentai?
And it is time to roll for. Hold on. Initiative.
Is it okay if I say that I lifelinked him before he walked around the corner? Because I was planning on doing it, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody. 'Cause there's
Hentai
some good
porn.
flow going.
I'll allow it.
That was a really terrible initiative roll.
What happens?
You know, sometimes being last is the same as being first next turn.
So, am I like skinny enough to fit through this, or is
Yeah.
Damien? Okay. I just wanna make
I think the
sure.
way that we'll rule it is that it's difficult terrain and you move through it at half speed. So it's going to eat more than it actually is, and you probably there's not enough room for you to like move around anybody that's at the end of the line there.
Right. Okay.
Cardi sits in the back and is just petting Sven.
Sven is looking at you like wondering, like with this look like, why are you touching me? But he's not stopping you.
Yeah.
I'm like scratching under this, like, because I have this magical thing that showed up one day.
All right. Tentamort is going to get a surprise round on you. I'm not hearing
Oh.
music.
I am.
There's music.
Mm-hmm.
It's not playing for me.
It's not playing for
That
me
sucks.
Well, Eugen, I hope you don't die on your
Oh, well.
first go around.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
This must be a roll.
I
20
did.
thing.
It was fine.
All right. You look up, Eugen, as you see this Tentamort, and it lashes out at you with this tentacle. But luckily, this mountain armor of yours seems to catch as this needle protruding from a tentacle attempts to stab into you, but it gets caught on your armor and doesn't find purchase, and the suckers just kind of slide off as it makes this lash at you. The needle emitting some sort of ungent does that mean what I think it is?
Yes.
Some kind of disgusting
Mhm.
slurry.
Unguent's more like a smell, I think.
Is that it?
Olfactory.
Well, it's some
but
sort of
I-
weird liquidy slurry
Ichor.
that you
Oh,
have an
Icar's
idea
good. I like that.
some ichor that if that needle had found purchase, it would have tried to inject this stuff inside of you, and it even you notice like a faint wisp of smoke coming from your armor, Vanya.
Vanya will shout up front to her small friend, "What do you see?"
Very little. I've lost track of you.
I'm back here.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Any more who's
you're
on
not.
first jokes, I will kill your fucking character.
You did this. You brought this man upon us.
Was that another one? When you said you did this, what did you mean?
The world may never know.
Wharton with death.
So I don't get to do anything until like after everyone else, right? Even though I'm at sort of like at the cork in the middle of this small passage.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep.
Because you rolled poop. Oh no, what's your? I need to add your turn. I forgot. We can set you up with a macro after this so that it'll automatically add your.
I can't
character?
see him. Is he right next to me?
He's right in front of you.
If
Hmm.
my initiative roll is 4.02.
Oh, yeah. That's bad.
Yeah,
You
it
don't-
was real bad.
I don't think I can see the light that he is emitting.
I
You
can't
should-
actually see the tentacle monster from where I'm standing either.
You can't.
Wait, is it
definitely
this,
be
like-
able to.
Is it that like? Oh yeah, I can see that. Sorry, I thought that was like a faucet or something.
No. That is an enemy. An enemy creature. There should be plenty of light in here anyway, because there's a light source outside of this cave thing. So you should definitely be able to like. You might be at a weird angle, Roymond, but there should be plenty of light in there.
Oh, I can see him now. Now that Vanya moved up.
Oh.
Yeah. Vanya pulls out one of her extracts, her targeted bomb admixture, and slugs it back and moves up to this position behind Royman.
Okay.
I'm going
That'll be my full
to
turn.
I'm going to draw out my long sword, and I guess
that?
What?
I just changed his lighting settings.
Oh,
Yes.
He should emit light. And
Chris
it wasn't
likes
visible to all players
Yep.
before. That's another box. Forgot to do that one.
Perfect.
Okay.
not that I'm trying to cheat. But yeah, Chris says it works out well.
What does?
The lighting.
Oh, I can hear him.
I can't see it from my spot. Oh, okay.
Oh, you meant you're looking at my screen.
Where
Gotcha.
are
Yeah.
you?
I'm like
Oh, I
like
see.
a
You're under.
square behind.
Yeah. I can see you. You're
Yeah.
underneath a DM note. That's why I didn't know where you were.
Yeah, so I will draw out my longsword and then kind of holler, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna stand here. Okay. And then that's
You
my
can ready
turn.
in action.
Yeah.
Or move up.
Well,
or
see,
move
I
up.
feel like if I move up, we're just all gonna bottleneck here, and don't know how helpful that is. And because it's tight quarters, I
But
can't.
does Damon know that?
Oh, does my character know that?
It's up to you to decide, but I will say there's only so much out of combat chatter.
All right. Well,
I'll
I'm
entertain.
gonna step to the side over here with my longsword and just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait here," and that's it.
Okay, Cardi.
Cardi gives Sven one last pat and says, "Well, it looks like something's happening. I better move up." And moves past Blythe, sees the bottleneck in front, and says, "Fuck that shit," and then goes back to
fuck
Sven
this.
and continues spinning him and says,
Actually, fuck this.
"I don't think that I'm going to be much help until they get out of that stupid little crevice."
Yeah. I think that's the idea. Cardi, you will also recall there's another entryway into this this chamber.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Previously,
I actually
you
I'll
had
say that to
specifically looked at it.
I'll say that to Blythe and say I remember I think there was another door. Damon, Blythe, come this way, and I will actually guide them back to that other door.
Okay. Damon, I'll allow you to take your movement following Cardi as if you had readied an action to do so.
Okay.
Because of my incredible largesse.
Your large ass.
My large ass, Sven. Sven does, I guess.
Well, I don't know.
Sven
He has initiative, but I didn't know.
I think he gets to act separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You basically just give him orders, I think, and he does what you say.
Yeah, I know there's also supposed to be like handle animal checks sometimes, and I don't know how.
Okay.
Like from what I was reading, it's up to the DM how you want to play.
There's definitely more specific rules than that, but I think we can do it fast and loose and say that that for now he will follow your orders.
Okay.
Unless you demand something ridiculous and unwolf-like.
Okay.
Play 52 card pickup.
All right, I think Sven will kind of back up towards with kind of sticking with Cardi like she ordered, but also watching Blythe.
Okay. It's the Tentamort's turn, and it will, having missed previously, but lurking and stalking toward its prey, it will move 5 feet up and lash out at poor Eugene once again.
Bastard.
With its tentacles. 15 to hit this time.
Okay, and I need to roll something, right?
No, your ace. It's making it against your AC.
Which to do.
So your AC, I believe, is 17.
17. Yep.
So once again, you feel these suckers trying to like grasp for purchase on your armor, but you're able to kind of slither away from it actually getting hold on you, and just kind of with your sword holding it like side to side, just sort of bend this tentacle off, and it doesn't actually grab onto you.
I assume it has messed up my armor at all, or puts icky stuff on there.
It has not, as far as you can tell at the moment.
Okay.
It seems to be trying to sting you with this tentacle. And it looks like it'd be real bad if it actually succeeded. But it has not. Blythe.
Okay, Blythe will follow her comrades.
Okay. That door is open, I think.
This was as far as Cardi could move. Cardi moves slowly.
Okay. Are you just following Cardi anyway? doing the
Yes, because I
bottling
don't know
work.
where it is. I
Okay.
doubt Blythe would either.
Gotcha. Okay. Raymond. You were squeezed in behind poor Eugene.
So since it's stinging him, I will assume his square is threatened.
Yes.
So, I'm not really great at tumbling, really.
Especially not if you have armor right now.
Yeah. No, I believe I'm still in heavy armor.
Oh shit.
Or no, I'm in medium. I'm in scale mail.
Still a
you
big
got
jump.
scale
A
mail now.
jingly one.
Yeah. This is tricky.
Yeah.
I will delay my turn until after you.
Okay.
Who?
Tanner, I'm
Um,
gonna kill you.
so
I will spend my reroll to survive murder.
Okay, maybe death save. I hope it was worth it.
You do have one Inspire.
Yeah,
That's why he's burning.
All right, Eugene, it is your turn.
yes, Eugen
so-
was initially super shocked and surprised, obviously, by the first tentacle, and then he was looking down at his armor to see if it had scratched his ancestral armor when the second tentacle came and tried to strike him again. And at that point, I feel like Royman probably is the only one that would be close enough to see, but he again has claws are starting to come out of his hands, like Wolverine style. And his skin is starting to turn just a little bit reddish. And two small horns are kind of coming out on the top of his head. And you can see, like, underneath the back of the great armor, there's like a little bit of a tail kind of pushing out, perhaps.
God, she's like dragon blood.
And
Tiefling?
he looks at the tentacled monster and he says, "You dare attack me?" And he pulls out his greatsword, enters into a blood rage, and rushes to attack the tentacle monster.
Yeah.
All right, what do I got to roll to find out what he is?
So you would you get 40 feet of movement per turn, Matt.
Yeah.
Are you using demonic bulk?
Sure, why not? I haven't gotten to do any of this shit before.
There's a very good reason not to, which is at the beginning of your turn, you are in a very tight space.
Oh, that's true. That's
which
true. I don't want to get stuck in it.
Confuse things. But in any case, in order to hit it, you need 10 feet of straight movement to charge. But you could step up and attack it.
How far?
Like what you're doing.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, he's running at it. I don't care if it counts as a charge or not.
Sure. So why don't you move him up and then roll your attack, whichever kind it is you're doing. It sounds like you're just doing a straight power attack, while in your blood rage.
Right. So I need to enable the blood rage there, and then roll this one.
Okay. All right. Attacks. Yeah, you step up to this thing. And its tentacles have lashed off to each side of you every time. But you step up, and I think you just straight fucking lop a deep gouge like right across this thing's big like protuberous body. And you leave like a wide arc, and you just see black blood come like seeping out. And as it like lands on the floor, it like burns in little puffs of smoke. And this thing doesn't appear to be capable of much sound, but the maw at the center of it kind of goes. And
Roymond, again, I don't think anybody else would notice this, but when Eugene kind of sees the blood come out, you see kind of a strange, like, it seems like his whole body kind of changes a little bit. Like he looks, I don't know, gets kind of a weird look in his eye, and he starts to laugh in like a disturbing way.
What the fuck is it with this family and demons?
Roymond,
Jesus.
They're super
How does
into
our
it.
good oracle feel about these weird vibes?
Disturbed.
I dismiss lifelink immediately,
Oh.
for sure.
He is a good worshipping oracle. Well, he doesn't really worship anything, but still good oracle.
You could. I think he worships life, and freedom.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, I dismiss lifelink, as a free action.
Okay.
Just like purely
As a reaction
a
to
visceral emotional response to seeing
Yep.
this happen.
yeah.
Wait, I mean, what's lifelink?
Lifelink is when you take damage, Roymond takes damage instead, and then you get healed. So he literally feeds you his life force.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
So especially watching you like feed on the blood of this thing, kind of. Yeah,
Feed on it. I certainly enjoyed it.
He's uncomfortable.
Seems to be relishing it. Not unlike Damon, I will say.
Yeah, but however, like the one thing I will say is that having Vanya in the party turning into monsters all the time has somewhat prepared Roymond for this.
Yeah. You're in strange company. This is like
Same
Vanya
monster every
and
time.
Damon. If Vanya and Damon like blended together, that is like what you're seeing happen to some degree. He's undergoing like physical demonic transformation and gaining like a barbarian sense of like killjoy or whatever, lust for bloodlust.
Are you okay? Did you get injected with something that doesn't look very good?
Okay, I'm better than okay.
All right, 6 seconds, Roymond.
So I think Roymond will kind of shake it off, and he'll step up behind you, and I will take a stab at it with my spear.
eat an AOO.
Oh fuck!
From moving through that space.
Step to here. I think that's still in range. Hell yeah! I'll poke from here.
Okay.
Just to make sure we keep the entrance bottled up.
Yeah.
We can move through friendly spaces.
He has reach, and that's been established. You slide up, but you're so distracted by this etiquette teacher going into like a blood frenzy, that you're too distracted, and your strike just misses this creature with its like all 8 tentacles just like flail to life all at once, and it's just like borderline like screaming as all of its tentacles are just flapping wildly around, searching for anything. And your strike does not land. Vanya.
Okay.
All right. This looks like a pretty tight little passage here.
It is.
I can see the guy, and he's within range.
Okay.
What are we thinking so far as?
I am thinking that is going to be soft cover.
Okay.
Which I
so
think
that's a.
I remember this.
Plus
+4 to
4?
AC to hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
+4 to AC. Luckily, I have.
Roymond
my
is
bombs
small,
are
so
touch.
he's not going to be in your way.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
it's a tight space.
Well, I think I gotta throw a bomb, and I'm gonna throw a frost bomb.
Okay.
At this thing. So I'm gonna whip it.
Whip it good.
Real good.
So yeah, it's a 16. It's actually a 17 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
Okay, and since this I have targeted bomb admixture on, that does an additional 4 points of damage, bringing it up to 15, and it needs to make a DC 15 fort save or be staggered.
Hell yeah, fort saves.
Smart man, you were listening.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, you dealt 18 damage to it before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It rolled a 20 fort save.
Well, it is not staggered.
Yeah. So how much damage?
15.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. 16, because point blank.
Okay.
It is good.
When this thing blows up on it, this thing is suddenly like You watch your bomb and all the flailing tentacles like ping pong it around between them for a little bit until he like spikes it right into its own face, and this thing like explodes, and you see the like already glistening like slick alien body of this creature freezes more than you would expect.
Nice.
Like a normal creature to, and half of it starts chipping, like maybe not half of it, but like the outside edge just starts like chipping away and like shattering immediately, like with all the movement. And this thing looks really, really bad. Several tentacles like shatter all at once from the like targeted explosion of this frost.
Damn.
Damon.
All right. Well, I still have my longsword, so I just tell. Okay, what's Ryan's character again?
Cardi.
Walker, what's your character? Cardi. All right, you just lead the way, and I'm gonna follow. And that's my turn.
Okay, Cardi.
Yeah, Cardi, with her short little legs, goes up to here, and I'm gonna cast open close on this door to open it.
Okay. Nice.
Nice. Because I can't reach it with my movement.
Yep.
And point down the hall and say, "That's the door."
You're a stunty fella. Okay. This door opens easily.
And I beckon Damon through because I just don't have the movement.
I'm gonna treat it as if you delayed your turn, Damon.
Okay.
So you can get full movement.
Sweet.
Are you just
Are you gonna go
there?
I kind of forgot how much.
Damon runs up behind Cardi, and Cardi's like casts open on the door, opens it up, and stands there. And Damon's just waiting, standing there, like, nice. Now we don't have to touch doorknobs.
Okay.
If you do a full sprint, you could sacrifice AC to like get pretty damn close to it. You could also just take a double move.
Well, his movement's like 40 because he's
I think you
barbarian.
have 40 movement. Yeah.
Right.
Is that all the time or just when you're raging?
I think fast movement is
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
all the time.
Okay, so I just need to move a square back. All right. We're good.
Okay. Sven.
Sven will kind of start to follow and then wait here, keeping an eye on Blythe.
Okay. It's Tentamort's turn, and it is going to try to wrap its tentacles around you, Jin, once again.
Motherfucker.
16 to hit this time.
Yeah.
I think that hits.
Yeah, let me just check. You're probably right. Let me see.
I believe while you're blood rage, you take a penalty to AC.
I do.
Yep.
Yes, it's 15, so that's a hit.
As you're just like laughing in this like bloody joy, the tentacle finally lands between an uncovered spot in this ancient armor, and you feel this needle punch through into your flesh. Make a you take 7 points of damage and make a fortitude saving throw.
Blood, death.
And
Let's see here.
I also need to know your CMD.
How do I? Okay, wait. Help me make a. Let's see. Where's fortitude on
so-
here?
Yeah, you should have on your sheet. It'll show you. I think your fortitude is high.
Yeah.
But so you would.
Oh yeah, I could just look up my
Yeah.
YAPCG.
But
Yeah. Fortitude is 8.
So on your
now.
sheet, you can also just go to defenses, and there'd be a little dice symbol next to fortitude, so you can just roll that save.
Oh, it's under defenses. That's what I couldn't figure out. Okay. Oh, good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
You feel this pounding
it.
barbarian heart inside of you just punch blood out faster than it can inject this poison into you. And as it's wrapping its tentacle around you, you feel that this thing is about to like try to bind your arms around you. But the frost of the bomb causes that tentacle to shatter lower down, and it just sloughs off of you. Blythe.
Sick.
Okay. Blythe will move up to here because that's as far as she can get, and
Okay.
ready her longbow since we're in these narrow halls.
Okay. Eugene, this thing's
Uh,
looking real bad.
then I am just gonna fucking slash it with my sword. So Eugene, having just had this one arm kind of like try and squeeze him, and what you just said.
Yeah.
He's going to just take one step back and swing his sword like he's swinging a fucking baseball bat right in the center of this thing.
Okay.
Um,
And I should also mention you can pretty much always take a 5-foot step, and it won't provoke attacks of opportunity against you. It won't prevent you from taking a full round action to attack or anything. You almost
Okay.
always get like a 5-foot movement for free. If you
is
wanted
there
to,
any benefit to doing that right at this moment?
well, if you wanted to reposition, it's very slow. Obviously, you only get one per turn or per round. But if you wanted to, like to make room for Roymond or something like that, you could do that.
Oh, that's true. And let's see, each square is 5 feet, so I can
Right.
move to this slightly to my own right. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, I'll do that.
You
So
can
I'll
also go
over
diagonally.
here. I'll go
That's
over
pretty cool.
here. Oh, diagonally? I can do that?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, cool.
You can do
Sweet.
that
Then I'm
too.
going to go over there and then slash his ass with a sword.
Good.
He probably doesn't have an ass, where his ass would be.
It's kind of all ass.
Question for you.
Oh.
How different does Eugene look in this new form that he's taken?
I would say that, you would still be able to recognize him. He just has some demonic qualities that are showing through. So he's got kind of Wolverine-style claws on each hand. And he has very small, like nubbin-style horns on the top of his head, and just a little sort of demonic-looking tail coming out. But that's
Okay.
it. Otherwise, he looks like himself, but like muscly and with a super battle ragey light in his eyes.
So from
Ooh.
50 feet away, you probably look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had glasses that you weren't wearing, yeah, true.
Yeah, as you like sidestep around, you just bring that greatsword in like a wide swipe, and you chop like the top half of this thing off, and whatever you didn't sever just kind of like shatters and crumbles as this thing collapses, dead, into many pieces on this tiled floor. Combat is over.
Yeah. All right.
Battle!
This thing.
Cardi moves in and sees Eugene having killed this thing, and
What did I miss? What did I miss? Anything?
A blood-spattered etiquette instructor.
Nothing. There's blood for all of us. And at that point, after he says that, I feel like Eugene kind of puts some of the ichor on his finger and puts it in his mouth, and then all of a sudden you see his eyes like go big and the claws shrink back in and the horns go back down, and he's like looks a little bit mortified at the scene that he sees.
So I know what your kink is.
Blood play.
Did you do this, Eugene?
It appears that I did, I suppose. This hasn't happened in a long time.
Nice job, and she'll give you a big thumbs up, but kind of
I-
like looking at this weird thing on the floor.
Didn't realize you were a barbarian?
Does your back hurt because you carried?
No, my back is fine, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm somewhat uncomfortable. The men in my family have been cursed since our ancestor, a warlord in Tiansha. We were a bastard line. He had unspeakable relations with the demon, which gave him the powers to be the warlord that he was, and occasionally this happens. I apologize. I'm sorry that you had to see me like this.
You don't need to apologize, huh?
I mean, if you can do that, then I think you're gonna find yourself in great company.
This is
here.
It's a lot
I
less
can't imagine it's
disturbing than Naya.
this is a great shame to my family.
Well,
well.
Anya could make you a mask?
Blythe, ever the problem solver.
Yeah.
Here, let me clean this off of you. And Cardi starts casting prestidigitation to clean the blood off of Eugene's robes.
Thank you. I hope that's the only one of these.
So is that why you became
Might
an
as well.
etiquette person? Because you're ashamed of your bloodline?
Well, I suppose that could be right. My family has been trying to rid ourselves of this reputation for generations, and I'm the closest we've come to being truly civilized.
Hmm.
On the ground all around you guys, there's like blood. These not bloody. There's like dried out carcasses of like a bunch of like seagulls and a few goblins.
Oh yeah, that fucking
have,
thing. Oh
that
yeah,
have clearly been attempted to oust this creature from its perch before wisely giving up on facing it. And they seem to be just kind of dried out husks of their former selves. Yeah, and the rest of it is just the disgusting, slick, leathery body of this weird eyeless squid.
Definitely
Gross.
a tentamort.
Who's ready for some calamari?
Ew.
I don't think we should eat it.
I begin taking notes about its anatomy.
Okay.
and drawing
So
pictures.
you, how much control do you have over this?
Yeah,
thing
do
that
you?
happens to you? Like, do we? If you're going to be traveling in our company, I think that we perhaps need to know whether or not you are going to be a risk when you are like this.
Do you feed into it?
I certainly don't feed into it. I feel almost as though my ancestor Bodegon were able to see with my eyes, and I do what he would do. It is a strange feeling and not pleasant, but I've never hurt anyone that I didn't intend to.
Well, I like
I-
you.
That means don't make him angry.
You seem trustworthy. You may join us. You'll get
I
that.
can see that I've discomfited some of you. I give you my word, I will not harm you.
Oh, you look fine to me. She's like looking you up and down and glancing over at Vanya.
Did you miss the transformation?
She kind of saw it, but she's also looking at him now and Vanya now.
She probably just heard like the bloody gurgling cackling echoing throughout as he was like happily slashing this fucking tentamort aberration into pieces. Admittedly, with a nice dose of help from Vanya.
Yes, this is true.
Anybody see the picture I shared?
Yes.
And
Oh, yes!
he's
That's
totally
fucking perfect!
he's
Yeah.
totally fucking Faust.
Yeah.
Oh,
my gosh.
hello.
That's exactly what it is.
I literally didn't even think of that. That is exactly it.
A lot of muscles there. Whew.
Yeah.
I do
Too
not
much
know this
blood
reference.
or
What
not
the hell?
enough.
Yeah,
Is this
I
the
didn't
DC
either.
guy?
If I did, I would have picked it as the symbol, but
Yeah, it's a it's a horror movie that's like really creepy and I think was trying to ape off of Blade, but the comic book that it's based on actually came out before Blade. Or no, Blade? Spawn.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Anyway, yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
it's-
thinking of
movies,
Etrigan, the DC superhero thing, which is literally a demon with a big ass longsword.
Yeah.
But that
Low
works
column A,
equally
low column
well.
A.
Yeah, they actually look. I bet they were literally created as a like copy of the other. You know how comics do
Yeah.
that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, totes.
Okay.
So Blythe is kind of looking around the area, particularly like the watery area where this thing probably came crawled out
Yeah.
of. Is there anything suspicious, weird? Does this seem like the area that was under the place where we saw the hole in Thistletop.
It definitely
that giant-
is.
It
yeah.
is. Yeah. This
You can
it looks
see
like
the hole up
when-
top for sure.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. It looks like this is like a cave, an open cave mouth that was formed from the collapse of this part of the previous structure.
Okay.
But there's just thick vines growing over it now, and you can tell from the surrounding area that this Tentamort moved in a while ago and has probably just remained here for quite some time due to the abundance of birds and goblins.
Also, the goblins above were like worshiping it, feeding it stuff.
No, that was that cave.
That was
no,
Yeah.
that was on the mainland.
Okay, and we're not like under that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
that's where my confusion was earlier, because
Yeah.
I was thinking that, we had first thought it was a bunyip and it was actually this, but no, there's
bunyip
two
is-
different things.
Yeah, bunyip
Yeah.
is like almost like a narwhal-ish type of like whale type beast creature. Yeah, no, this is a different thing.
Narwhals swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, it's weird.
Look, Philippe.
There's nothing that appears to be on it, but there does appear to be another passage to the north a bit. You get the sense that this is probably like part of its hunting ground, but yeah, it doesn't appear to be much find there.
Well, if you're going to be turning into a part demon warlord half the time, then maybe you should be going first, you. And then Cardi says,
Certainly. I can't apologize enough.
Nah, don't apologize. Apologies are for the weak.
"Worry not. We've literally seen Damon eat flesh off of a dead goblin." So,
And then, I mean, there's obviously Vanya as well. He just gestures to this. Like,
Is it better or worse
mutated-
that mine is voluntary?
Yeah.
Eugene gives a little bit of a weak smile and he says, "Well, I suppose I am in good company."
Yeah.
Perfectly.
and if you ever need a dry cleaning after you're done with your transformation, I can always provide.
Free
It
of
would be
charge.
terrible etiquette to not provide such a service.
Vanya's over there trying to distract from the syringe that she's tried to shove into his arm.
I'm imagining that Cardi is probably like the most immaculately like dressed and
Oh yeah, I'm wearing
and
like
cleaned.
silken ceremonial armor.
Yeah.
Like I'm very clean all
Yeah.
the time.
And I'm on the opposite end, very grungy and
Oh, for sure.
yes.
I
I
don't
think
think
I'm
Vanya
still
cares at
wearing
all.
the breastplate
Vanya
from
maintains her
Nawalia.
appearance, but it's very utilitarian.
Yeah. Blythe is literally a ranger. I don't think she probably cares much. Royman might.
She's got like twigs sticking out of her hair
put a
and shit.
bit into it.
Cardi gestures to the tunnel to the north and says, "Perhaps we should continue now that this Tandamort creature."
With your guys' perceptions, you hadn't noticed or smelled anything, and Sven seems to be
It was
much
supposed to be
more
Blythe. I
relaxed.
just rolled the wrong thing.
Oh well, fuck it. Sven is the one who he looks like a lot more relaxed. Like before, he was like kind of in a bit more of a cautious stance. Like he probably smelled a predator. Now he doesn't seem to be super
He's cool
concerned.
dogging it.
Yep.
So going north then.
Yes.
I guess so, yeah.
Lead
Shall I
the
lead the
way.
way?
Anybody but myself. I'm really bad. I don't like the fact.
I think you led pretty well. I mean, you got me here.
Dozens of strange dead bodies lie scattered about this room. Most are seabirds and ospreys, but there are 6 dead goblins here as well. Each body is literally skin and bones, as if all of the interior organs and muscles have somehow been drained away, leaving behind skeletons draped with leathery, slowly rotting skin.
This is remarkably disgusting.
Are the
It is
ears still
gross.
attached?
Oh, do you want me to grab him? Blythe will pull out a dagger and kind of look at the party to see if they're leaving without her.
Oh,
Cardi calls back to Blythe. "Definitely grab the ears."
and like leathery dried ears.
So we can. Eugene goes ahead and goes into the room.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks like this is probably where the Tentamort like dragged the corpses of its prey back after it had finished. pumping them with ichor, and devouring them. So this is just desiccated corpses, pretty much.
Oh, wait, are the corpses up ahead or back here?
They're up ahead.
Oh, okay.
In the next
God.
room.
Well, we perceive nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing. You guys don't see anything particularly out of order. It's a bunch of dead goblins wearing.
Hey guys, there's a room with dead goblins. I found it.
Trashy goblin armor.
Wow.
I will spend my
I rolled
reroll
a 2 again.
Okay.
just because we're probably about to end.
Might as well get a use out of it.
There we go.
Vanya, taking a closer look at one particular goblin, you recall that Orkvan Kaskerkin had told you a story about how one goblin had made some sort of hullabaloo before marching stridently to apparently deal with this Tentamort. That goblin's body lies at your feet, and while its weapons looked like they might once have been rather fine for goblin work, they are now ruined. However, the hide armor that he's wearing looks particularly fine, like it must have been taken from some human merchants at some point.
Huh. This one looks rather well appointed, and I'll pick up this like dry goblin corpse up off the ground. I imagine it like peels up off the ground.
Yeah, it does. Something you forgot in the fridge for way too long.
This armor looks like it might fetch a pretty penny.
Cardi, you recognize it immediately as some magical +1 hide armor.
Cool.
And while it does appear to be made from erstwhile dogs, it still looks like it's really good and magical. Must have been some magical dogs.
I mean, you can make magical
dogs.
arms and armor if your craft skill is high enough. So
Evidently, there was somehow
magic
this
dogs.
goblin came across some magical +1 hide armor.
hide armor. Well, actually, I can't wear armor anyway. So if anyone needs +1 hide armor,
I don't know what the stats are for.
I say we take
It's
it
light
and sell it.
armor, I think.
Hide, I think, is medium.
hide is
Might be.
medium.
I think
Okay.
it's the worst medium armor.
It's
That's pretty
low.
+4 AC bonus.
It's
Not
plus
to mention
one.
the stink of it.
What?
Not to mention the stink of it. Hide
Hide?
armor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dry.
a +1 hide armor is +5 AC bonus.
It's
Well,
disgusting.
It's
It's one step
probably
above
got-
Buffalo Bill.
Probably got some goblin bits left, like
We'll
dried into
definitely
it. at
need
this
to
point.
wash it out.
What's the armor
Yeah.
check penalty?
-3.
So it's the same as scale mail, but better armor check.
Yes. Well, yes.
It's the same
Because
as
it's
regular
+1.
scale mail because it's +1.
It also has a higher max dex bonus, but
Yeah.
unless your dex bonus is higher than 3, then
I mean, it's probably about my size, but if I would want it to be cleaned of goblin first.
Yeah,
Cardi-
Vanya
I got you covered.
hands it over to you, goblin and all.
Oh
Cardi-
yeah!
It puts-
Yay!
is that
I
masterwork
didn't
scale
bother
mail?
you
you've got?
yesterday.
No, it is regular
It's
scale.
just regular scale mail.
Yeah, Cardi
Okay.
starts cleaning it out for Roymond, and after
It puts
after a
the
few
lotion
minutes,
on its hide armor.
Give it a good shake.
well, like I actually like pull out my leather tanning knife and like scrape the goblin off the inside, and then cast prestidigitation. and...
Yeah, Cardi probably has the whole routine. Like he's got like the whole routine like shoe shiners have. Where he's like got like a little like cloth or whatever, and he just sets about like buffing and polishing and prestidigitating this armor to like
Yeah.
clean it off.
Eugene doesn't know this, but Cardi is a craftsman. I make things.
Getting that distinct impression.
It's a dwarven wizard, dwarven arcanist who specializes in crafting
Mighty impressive work.
very, very fine suits of armor and weapons. And I think that is where we will put a bow on it for tonight.
Sure.
Cool.
Excellent job, y'all.
I think we did pretty good for diving back
Mhm.
into it.
I thought that was great. Like
Yeah.
overall,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I really like that we've gotten into get really doing the role play and everything,
Mhm.
and making it like a story and not just this power gamer fucking.
We do
burn through
this. We do this.
Mhm.
Roll, done.
Yeah, got some nice flavor.
Yeah.
And
Thank y'all for
Fuck that
bearing
shit.
with me. I'm still kind of figuring out how to use the
you're
tech.
doing
great, man.
honestly, it was
Great.
the perfect time because we're all really
Yeah.
fucking rusty. So
Dude, I feel like
We did
I
well,
mean-
even if we weren't.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like your voice, you could do an audiobook, or you could do like a character. Like, I really, really like your character voice. a
Oh,
lot.
thank you. I was listening to a lot of speeches by David Cameron.
mm,
Okay.
Nice.
that's
Well, I think you did
I
phenomenal.
can pick that up. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good.
Also, Ryan, I wanted to compliment you on your ability to just pull rules out tonight. 'Cause you didn't stumble, I think, once.
Oh, okay.
I just like a rule recall on what to apply and when. I think
Well, we've
that
been
went
playing
really
long
smooth.
enough now. Starting
Yeah.
to get into it, and it's really good. So I'm looking forward to getting back into this.
Definitely.
Knocking the rest of this chapter out and getting to the next chapter.
Yes, sir. I'm
should be
so
cool.
excited. And Walker, welcome back, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy, we missed
Okay.
you,
I
and
no
I'm glad
longer
you're well.
have an upstairs roommate here. He moved out today and went back to his
Oh.
loft, or not loft, his studio.
Oh, perfect
Um,
timing.
Nice.
Yeah, so it actually ended up being really good timing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if this was actually okay for you.
Yeah, so now I can be, a little bit noisy. I logged on a little bit earlier than I probably will be. I might be late some days, just depending
That's
on
alright.
what I'm doing with roommates. Today
Yeah.
I happened to be doing a stream with a friend, so I was, I did dinner on my own. But yeah, still haven't found a permanent place yet, but
Okay.
now the roommate that I'm planning on being roommates with is back at work, despite COVID.
Shit. Okay.
Okay. Well.
So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
at the same time, it hopefully means I can move into a place soon. 'cause
Yeah, I
I'll
was gonna
have
say,
money.
is your area a hotspot?
No, Ohio is actually one of the best in the country right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Nebraska's doing a
mhm.
whole lot worse.
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing great, but we're not doing terrible.
never find them.
What'd
Say
you
what?
say, Matt?
If you don't do any tests, you'll never find them.
If we didn't do
Yeah.
as much testing, we wouldn't have as many cases.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's the
Ohio,
testing we
I-
need
That's how
to.
it works.
That point at your
Ohio
forehead
has-
meme.
Tests
Yeah.
available for anyone who
Yeah.
requests them, which is great.
Mhm.
Cool.
Cases are down, even though everywhere else is rising, which is good.
Yeah,
Oklahoma's gone up. We
Maryland-
had. Go ahead.
Maryland is having increased cases, but still declining hospitalizations.
And I think that's the important part. The hospitalizations is what gets me feeling anxious and nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm thinking that means that maybe it already burned through a lot of the more vulnerable people.
The herd has been called already.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I don't think that's probably quite right.
I think we could call a few more, especially in some of the red states, but
Okay, let me go ahead and stop the YouTube video right there.
Mhm.